The far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah!
Hey, what's up, man?
Back.
Am I low? Am I sitting low?
You do look a little low.
Okay, where's the hydraulics on this thing?
Side of the right side of your chair.
The right
there's
side.
a little.
Is it a knob?
And to the front of the knob, there's a lever.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
good.
I'm going
now
lower.
you went lower. You
Wait.
need to stand up.
Wait.
Stand
See?
up and pull the lever.
You know what? I'm going to stop messing with this. I'll just be down here until the break. We're good?
I just afraid
Adjust
you're
cameras?
next thing I know, I'm just going to see your eyes
There you
above
go,
the
right.
computer screen like you're sneaking up on somebody.
My man, yes, sir.
Yeah.
How's it going, bro? How was your weekend?
My weekend was outstanding.
Good.
Yeah.
You had to think about it?
No, I had no complaints at all.
You had two photos into the group. You had a martini, and then
Yes.
you and Susan dressed for
Oh yeah,
the
we
derby
had
party.
a derby party on Saturday afternoon / evening.
How'd the first taste go?
Is she 4 for 4?
How'd the first taste
It
go?
was exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah?
My man Jim at Bistro K knocked it out of the park
Yeah?
like he always does. Then we had a derby party on Saturday. Had a good workout on Saturday.
Nice.
Nice long walk. I was fast,
Yeah.
which is always a good feeling.
Is Susan 4 for 4?
No, she did not. She
Not
had the race-
sovereignty?
No, she did not have sovereignty.
Oh, you didn't win.
No,
okay.
we did not win.
You
We
lost
did not
money.
win. We won when it came to having the most fun, I
Okay.
think. That
What
was
is
good.
that when you go to the movies, when they advertise the sound?
THX?
Yeah, whenever I have the first drink, it's like that in reverse. Everything just goes away. I hope you had a great week. I had a fantabulous weekend.
Good. What'd you do?
Watching Little League softball.
Okay.
These little dudes, these little girls are awesome.
Yeah?
They are. They are very, very awesome, and it's cool to see them at 10 years old compete.
Was Grace playing?
No, she's
Okay.
out for the year.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not playing softball. She's playing basketball, so she wants to do that. So we watched all her friends.
Okay.
But it's the first time we've seen them actually compete against each other because they were all on the same team for like 3 years.
Oh, yeah, they get spread around after that.
Dude, what a matchup. I had a blast. I know all the coaches. They're baseball guys.
Okay.
So you could see them when there's an overthrow at first. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff
do.
that they would go nuts if the Dodgers did it.
Yeah.
To see them have to like hold it in and
They're 10?
They're 10.
There are going to be mistakes. That's one of those things you have to kind of recalibrate, like, why isn't this happening the way I want? The answer is it's because they're 10.
Right.
Yes.
It's their 10, and try to keep from Billy's my friend. When he tries to keep from cussing, it's hilarious because he said, God bless America.
Bless it. Yep. Yep. I've
my
done
God.
that one.
A ton,
I've
yes.
done that one.
Sugar honey iced tea.
Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness, yes.
Yeah, that one too.
So
Sugar
fun.
comes out a lot, and
Yes.
and all sorts of
The
things.
little girls out there competing, it means something to them.
Yeah.
It was dope. I'm like, this is awesome. I hope they never lose this.
That's cool. Did you do that both days? Or just-
Yeah, Saturday was the first round. Yesterday was the second
Oh,
round.
so you had a full day of
Full day.
10-year-old softball.
Full day was
Days.
fun. Nuts. Yes, nuts. But happy to be back. We made it.
We made it, and we got a little road trip tomorrow down to Pechanga, so looking forward to that
Yeah.
for sure. That should be good. What about you, Em? Roars.
What's wrong with this thing?
I had some fun over the weekend. Had a pretty busy weekend. I had to take 4 Ubers on Saturday,
Ooh.
so that cost
I was going to say,
lot
did
of
you have
money.
to donate blood to finance your
Dang.
Ubers?
because I had a friend's birthday party, and then we went out, but like significantly later
So
than
one
that.
Uber to the party.
Okay.
Next
So I
Uber out.
Ubered to my friend's party at Arts District and then back home. And then we weren't going to go out until like 10 p.m.
Back
And so I
home.
went
Oh.
home and got ready and then went at 10 p.m. to go to another place and
Then
was
home
there
again.
and then Ubered home. So
It's that
fun
trip
stuff.
home. That's
yeah,
It's the trip home.
But
Usually
guess
you stay
what?
out. Yeah.
I did take a Waymo for the
Oh.
first time. Took a Waymo.
And you're still
It
here.
was good. I
Yeah.
mean, it was a fine experience. It was cheaper than a Uber, and it was my final ride home too. So it was late at night, and so
How far?
it wasn't very far at all.
Okay.
20 minutes maybe max.
20 minutes?
That's a
Okay.
pretty
Yeah.
good ride.
20 minutes on side streets.
Have you taken
and
one yet?
No.
Yeah.
Well, she's alive,
Yeah,
so we're
yeah,
getting
well,
close.
So if
far.
you haven't taken one before, this is what happens: is you call the Waymo. It sometimes takes a little bit longer than an Uber or a Lyft might be because there's just not as many cars available, and so you get the pickup location, and when you get there, on the app, there's a button to press to unlock the car. So you have to be close to the car, and you can press unlock, and then you open the door. And then when you get in, they kind of have a whole spiel being like, "This is Whimo. Welcome. This is what to experience here."
Just sound, right? Not some talking
Just
head.
sound.
Okay.
And then there's cameras in the car. And they're like, it's only for security and safety, etc. And it waits till you buckle your seatbelt until
good.
you move on. But you can choose the music, you can choose the temperature, you can choose everything else. But yeah, it was a fine ride. And I tend to be someone who gets more car sick than not in cars. And so for that, it was actually really nice.
Okay, so here's my question.
What?
How long are you? You sit in the back seat?
Yes.
Okay, so how long are you sitting in that back seat before you lose track of the fact that there's not a human being drive the car? Does it become just because
I would think never.
If you sit in the back seat of an Uber, it's not like I'm watching the driver the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm staring at my phone. I'm going about my business. I'm not really paying attention to what they're doing. I'm just kind of trusting that they're doing the right thing.
Did you take your eyes off the road?
I wasn't driving, so my eyes were looking out the window.
Staring at your phone or whatever?
I was mostly just looking at the window.
You weren't
'cause
watching the pedals or the steering wheel or the oncoming traffic or any of that?
only when I was videotaping it for everybody else that I'm
Nice.
going to tell about
Would
riding
you
a
do it?
Waymo.
Well, she's alive, right?
well-
There's guinea pig number 2. Good.
And they even go right on reds.
Now
so it's
Jorge.
not like, how right on reds, it was one day I was like, oh, are they going to do that? Or are they just going to wait for it to be green? But no, they go right on red. They wait until it's open and they go. So
I haven't heard of a wreck yet.
No, but the people getting wrecks. You know what I mean?
But I haven't heard of one of them in wrecks
Yeah,
yet.
but
And
there will be because there's always going to be wrecks.
Somebody's going to hit it.
I've heard
Of
like
course.
things of like it potentially, like here at LA Live, when a Laker game comes out and there's, police directing
Pedestrians,
traffic.
Yeah.
Where the Waymo will believe that that's a pedestrian, and so it won't go.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
there's that kind of stuff that is still to be worked out. So maybe don't call it from like Intuit Dome.
Oh,
but
you don't need to worry about me.
Yeah, you're not going to try it?
I do not need to be the first 1 million people to try
It's
it.
coming. You're going to wind up doing it.
I'm
at
sure
some
I will.
point. Yeah.
I'm sure I will, but I will be a late adopter, as they say.
Like I said, the 100 men versus a gorilla.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be number 1.
Nope.
I may not be number 50.
I think like we settled on that not everybody, but most everybody was Team Gorilla.
Yeah, smartly, right?
Yeah. Gorilla. My Instagram page was a lot of gorilla-centric stuff this weekend.
Yeah.
I must have found out that I was looking at that.
4'11", 600 pounds. You don't have a chance. I don't care how many people you bring out there.
No,
but-
and fearless.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
could rip your arm off and slap your head off.
Not a chance.
So when Jorge tries the Waymo and survives,
I don't even Uber, man. I'm not even gonna get a
You don't
Waymo.
Uber?
I don't Uber often. No.
Why not?
I just
don't trust
need,
Uber?
I just don't need. I don't have the need for it. I mean,
Okay.
So you just, when you go out and have a good time, you just
you make
I
sure
limit-
somebody is.
make sure somebody has.
yeah,
okay.
or you sleep in the car.
I mean, I have kids now, so I got a limit, and
Yeah, okay.
I try not to like Uber, and it's just not.
I did
just
see
whatever.
a dude.
I'd rather drive.
I mean, as a single person, I don't have anybody else that
I
can
did
drive
see a
me
dude
really.
not too
so.
far from here in a Waymo, but he was in the driver's seat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are testers. Those are people
Oh,
that are
he's
driving
testing.
it.
Oh.
So that's who they model the driving after.
Oh,
So there
okay.
was several, like they have to do a long time of humans
Oh.
driving Waymos. Waymos learn from humans. Also, if you see one on the freeway, it's probably still driven by a human.
Oh, really? Okay.
All
right.
But yeah,
Getting
you
closer.
don't have to, Trev.
Come on.
No,
We're getting there.
I know. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you're in one piece. It's all good. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
I'm not going to ask you right now, but I do need. There you go.
Cinco de Mayo. Feliz Cinco de Mayo.
Hey, happy Cinco de Mayo. Yeah.
Gil,
Gil.
Gil.
Luis Gil.
Heal.
were you celebrating early at Disneyland yesterday?
Not quite. No.
No?
I mean, honestly, we just went for dinner.
You guys were all
To
decked out
Disney?
in your stuff too.
Yeah,
I was
mean,
impressed.
I mean, it's just how like the kids want to. Hey, you gotta wear your shirt, Dad. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. I'll wear
you
my
had your
shirt.
Pixar Pier hat.
Right. So then
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where we go for the kids and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we go for dinner.
You
And
had
they-
dinner at Disney.
right, like California Adventure.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I
Was
like
there a
that.
whole Coco theme for Cinco de Mayo?
No, there was nothing for Cinco de Mayo. Like maybe they do
Really?
it tonight. Yeah, like we
That
went to
surprises
California
me.
Adventure. There's nothing in that. Usually there's a plaza back
Yeah,
there by
yeah.
the boardwalk and stuff. There was nothing there, so we
There's
just
a Cinco de Mayo at Arts District Brewing.
right.
Wow.
Yeah, but nothing at Disney. Maybe because it was Star Wars night last night.
Oh,
awesome.
That's
yeah.
true.
May the fourth
May the
be with
4th.
you.
Yeah, that's
Because-
probably taking
Because I'm
precedence.
old and watch TV like an old
Yeah.
person, and I flip channels just to see what's on because that's something that brings me pleasure. Just kind of flipping through the grid.
Yeah.
I think there were 86 Star Wars things on TV
Everything.
yesterday.
Everything
Every
was
channel
on.
you went to had some sort of Star Wars related theme.
Apparently, we missed Diego Luna. He was there yesterday.
Oh, really?
He made a surprise appearance in a parade that night. And
He's
then-
Andor? Is that
Andor.
his?
Yeah, and then
I
he's
really like that actor. He's awesome.
He's a
he's
good
He's
actor.
Mr. Andor.
Yes, he's
Andor.
awesome.
Uh-huh.
Dave Andor.
David.
Dave Andor.
David Andor.
David. David.
Exactly.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
and I also I tried that meatball sub corn
Yeah,
dog.
you did.
And
Oh, okay, so this is cool, right? So you get it, and then I get my marinara sauce, whatever, and then as I'm dipping on the marinara sauce, your mind tells you, oh, this is gonna be a bite, and the hot dog's gonna be in there. But no, you take the bite, you still taste the sweetness from that
The
bread,
cornmeal, yeah.
right? And then you take the bite, and it's that melted cheese and a piece of that meatball, and you're like, whoa, that hits a little different because you're waiting for the
Does
hot
it
dog.
hit differently in a good way?
In a good way, man.
Well,
And
it
then
sounds
that-
like a lot of yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
okay.
then you see and then you pull the cheese out of that thing. Oh,
Is it messy?
man. No, it's
It's not messy.
It's not
With marinara
messy.
sauce?
Marinara sauce.
I get
my man.
nervous.
No,
Okay.
no, it's not messy.
Can you give it to your kid to eat and it won't be messy?
I handed it over to my 1-year-old. He never returned it back.
Gael had his first meatball
Good
corn
for
dog.
you.
He's 1 year
you.
old.
Heck yeah,
You,
eat
you
that
and I are
thing.
in our mid-50s, and we still haven't had the
Not
pleasure.
yet, but that's a whole lot of yes. As long as it's not messy, that sounds awesome.
And we
Yes.
got a free Lego little set to build for the kids.
Oh, nice.
We got Brenda gets in line. I'm getting my hot dog at Downtown Disney. Lego store's right across the way, and she's like, "How am I getting in line?" There's Maite wants to check out the Lego store, so they're standing in line. And they get a little free Star Wars Lego set kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
So, they got one for the
There you
kids,
go.
and we're going to build it today. See what's
There you
happening.
go.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Turn off your brain, relax activity. Building a Lego set.
Oh, all the time.
It is just one of those.
Leave me alone.
I need an orange piece that's 2x4. Okay, there it is. Okay,
Yeah.
click it right here. Okay, I need a
Match
black
it
piece
up.
that's 2x4. Okay, click that piece
Do it
in.
like that.
Yep.
There it
And
is.
an hour goes by, and you're like, that was the
Chill.
most peaceful hour I've spent in quite
I
some
used to
time.
do models back in the day. Did you do models?
You know what? I didn't have the patience or the
Oh,
dexterity.
same
I
thing.
would get Legos. You can't really mess up.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
When you glue that wing on the plane wrong, it's all janky.
or
and
if
it
you
looks
miss a
like
part,
crap.
you can't
Yeah.
get back in there.
Right.
Yeah, or you got to
right.
tweezer it. I tried the boats in the bottle once.
Oh.
Man, I smashed those things against the wall so fast.
Dude, that
They're
looks
so frustrating.
impossible.
They are.
Who
When-
came up with that
I have
idea?
no. It's dumb. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. I really can't. Once you get that thing in there, then you got to get the sails up, and you never can.
No.
And then once they fall the other way,
That's it.
That's it. It's over. Done. So yes, Lego's better.
Over and done. That is also the Los Angeles Clippers. Way to go, James Harden, yet again. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Hey, it's Mace. Mother's Day almost here. I've been thinking about my mom. She is the best. My mom has built a life with not stepdad Leo. She's working at the middle school in Palm Desert. She is active. She is happy. She is forever young. And this year, I'm sending happy flowers for a happy Mother's Day from the Bouquets Company. That's short for bouquets. I got you 25% off your order. Bouquets aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a volcano. You can even wow mom with a Bouquets Flowers subscription. She'll get fresh blooms on repeat. It's easy. I pick my bouquet and delivery date, and I'm already done. And with 25% off, why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your aunt, your grandma, too. Look, guys, you can't forget Mother's Day is May 11th. Order your Bouquets now. Go to Bouquets.com. Use promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouquets. Promo code ESPN. ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Just as every point matters, every detail counts in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Mother's Day is coming up fast and you don't want to drop the ball. Show the incredible moms in your life how much you love and appreciate them with a thoughtful gift from Pro Flowers. Ordering takes just minutes, and Pro Flowers' large selection of modern arrangements at affordable prices are sure to make you look like a gift-giving pro. Visit proflowers.com/sports or use the code SPORTS at checkout for $15 off your Mother's Day order. All Pro Flowers orders are backed by our 7-day freshness guarantee, so you can gift easy with Pro Flowers.
What? All the budget has to be used now? And we can use all the media buy?
Javier's marketing firm just got its dream funding.
Okay, ideas. Bobbleheads? No. T-shirt cannon? I seriously need some help here.
He needs to find marketing managers who are worth every dollar.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsoring a job on Indeed gives it a visibility boost, so you can hire faster. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Is that rude to say?
No.
Can I say that without getting in trouble?
I might leave that one in the chamber.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I mean, no.
It still
but
works.
If you have to think about it, maybe don't.
I'll just
when in doubt, leave it out.
Everything I've bought from a certain place still works, regardless of when I bought it. I mean, I'm talking about stuff that's been around since like the 80s.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I don't use it, but it still works like the day I bought it. It doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
Because it's been moved around different states.
Sure.
For years, and that's my fault.
Well used.
Right. But as soon as I plug it in, and it does what it's supposed to do. So
that's a good deal.
Yes.
Did you figure out your chair yet?
No, actually, this is feeling pretty good.
You okay?
Yeah.
You're going
25
Michael Thompson
burpees,
on me.
homeboy. Yes.
You're up to 25?
I'm up to 25.
In a minute?
Not in a minute. I'm doing them my way.
Okay.
So every lap I do 5 burpees.
Oh,
as
okay.
I'm going. Yeah. So I did like 3 miles worth
this morning
walking and burpees.
That's a lot.
That's pretty good.
How's
fun though.
the old bod feeling?
Bod's feeling good.
Okay.
It really is. Yeah. I got the old foot massage last night.
Oh.
Yeah, I told my wife before
Did you
she was
get one?
No, I told my wife before she was my wife, if you give me 1 foot massage a week, I'll live till I'm 100. Yeah.
And she's agreeable to this format?
No, but I got one last night. So
I was going to say, because I'm going to need you to make a call. Because there is no chance, no how, no way. She's like, up the street. Go ahead. There's a salon right there. They'll rub your feet. I'm like,
thank you.
Come on, man.
Well, she got everything moving. So yeah, today I feel great. Today
Good.
And workout was awesome.
I used your Highlands, which we'll get into another. I had an issue.
Okay, and did it help?
Oh, it's great.
Thank you.
Issue abated.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, my man, the late great Tony Saragusa, used to advertise Depends.
Yeah.
And we laughed at him for a while until he showed us a check, and then we stopped laughing. But then we started to realize there's some dudes out there that actually need this, and it's not about being proud. If you got some chafe and it burns, it sucks. This will help you.
I did, and now it is alleviated.
Subsided.
Yes,
there you go.
I'm in a much better place. So we talked about this over the last week or so, where the Los Angeles Kings were up 2-0 in their series. The Clippers felt like they were going to take care of their series. The Lakers were tied 1-1 in their series, and now here we're sitting here on Monday morning, May the 5th, and they're all out. And it happened fast. The Kings lost 4 in a row. The Lakers lost 3 in a row. The Clippers lost 3 of the last 4. it happened quickly, and then yesterday afternoon, or I guess it was Saturday afternoon, the Clippers get beat by the Nuggets. They get beat decisively. They lose by 19. There was a 30-point game at some point in the second half. They got their doors blown off, and James Harden had 7 points on 8 shots.
Man, is this where it starts to turn for him? From superstar to also ran to used to be good?
No.
To go out like that? Wow.
Because this is how he goes out more often than not. This is not new.
Why does it seem more magnified? Maybe because the Lakers are out and they were like LA's last hope. And you're like pinning all your hopes on James Harden. And he did it again.
But that's why I don't think that it hasn't. It's more, this is a straight line in the James Harden experience. The James Harden experience is he is a terrific NBA player. He is an MVP. He is an all-star. He is buckets. He is just about as good of a regular season NBA player as you're going to find. He's terrific.
Yeah. And
then it gets important, and James Harden no-shows.
Disappears.
Over and over. And in particular, in Game 7s, this is a guy whose delta, the difference between his regular season performances and his postseason performances are incredibly stark.
Night and day. Yeah.
And I...
Beard, no beard.
He's not hurt. And I keep struggling. Like, why? I get that sometimes LeBron James will have a good game or a bad game, but more often than not, you're going to get a LeBron James game. Steph Curry the same way. Kevin Durant, Giannis, Jokic, these guys. Harden theoretically is one of these guys. He's a former MVP, and his thing is, this is a big one. I'm not showing up, and it happens over and over. And I cannot come up with something other than he's just not built for those moments.
It doesn't seem like he is. Everything gets ratcheted up in the postseason. We know this. We talk about this. And I think what happens to him on the defensive end wears him out on the offensive end. Like, his game is incomplete, and it gets exposed in the postseason. I think you could say that about a lot of guys when they just have these career flameouts in the postseason. But I think his is more obvious because he is such a scoring machine, and he's the reason that his teams win most of the time in the regular season. If whatever team he's on has won a game, you'll look, the first name they talk about is usually Harden.
A lot of time.
Pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
He does something shocking, amazing. He gets to the free throw line, but in the postseason where these coaches and strategies matter and going after your weaknesses, it seems like he gets exposed year in and year out. And he doesn't change. How this relates to us and the Lakers is, what if Luka's career is like this? What if Luka goes the same way?
There's a difference, though. Luka's teams have lost in the finals, but very rarely is Luka the guy that gives you a 7-point on 8-shot performance. Luka might score 30 on 30 shots, but he's going to take a bunch of shots. Luka, we can criticize him for a handful of different things, fitness, lack of defense. Never once has anybody watched Luka Doncic and go, is he scared?
No, not scared.
And with James
Harden,
Harden,
out maybe.
Worn out maybe.
Yeah.
But with James Harden, it's like, dude, he's not even shooting the ball.
Yeah, mentally worn out.
That's the big difference. And Luka can have a bad game. There are guys. Bad game is not the issue. It's you're a non-factor
at all.
The issue.
7 and 5, 13 assists. He tried, but I mean, you need more points than that for them to get over the Nuggets. It just didn't happen. So, like I said, man, I mean, I found myself in this weird spot. Told you, soft spot for the Clippers.
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping for more basketball in LA. Not really rooting for the Clippers, but I'm realizing I am depending on James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard just keeps breaking down, but one of the more unreliable superstars we've ever seen.
Certainly with his time in L.A.
James Harden might be the most frustrating. And it could be that he gets a lot of calls in the regular season that are regular season calls that they just will not call in the post.
But he's a great free throw shooter, so you would think that he would get to the line a little bit.
He's not getting the call. And I'm not giving you that, James. That's stuff for, March, April, May, or March or February and January, not now. Yeah.
Go back to what you're saying about things get ratcheted up in the playoffs, the intensity. Like, take me through your experience as an NFL player. Is it emotional? Is it physical? Is it the officiating? Is it the coaching? Is it all of it? Like, just across the board, everything is more pressure packed?
The only thing I can relay to you that was different to make you understand how it feels is, I told you about the media and the people that are on it, the A-list celebrity media people that you see on TV. And they talk, it's one thing when they talk about you on TV. It's like, hey, they're talking about us. Hey, that's awesome. We made it. We're Chris Berman is saying something about us on TV.
Yeah.
It's another when you see him there on the velvet rope watching you walk by.
I see.
And he's staring you up and down. This is different.
What does it do to you? Like, and I'm talking, do you get pumped up? Do you get excited? Do you get a little?
And I would be shocked if Harden felt this way after this many years, but it does rock your world a little bit. It just reminds you of how big it is.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking of just your assignment, the game, and everything else. It's just basketball. It's just football. But then you realize, oh God, this is big.
Yeah.
Every TV guy in the world is here, and the intensity is different.
And I get it if the first time you dip your toe in that pool, it kind of whoa. Okay, that I think is pretty human, right? The first time you are in the biggest moment, you are okay. I gotta know what this feels like, so the next time I come back, I'm a little bit better prepared for it. And the first time you play in the playoffs or the World Series or the NBA or the Stanley Cup play, okay, this is a different level of intensity. But this guy's been on good teams almost his entire career. They've been in the playoffs over and over and over again.
It's a flaw. It's a fatal flaw in his game, his makeup, his demeanor, whatever it is. I think you said it, and it's hard to dispute. Maybe basketball purists could. He's probably going to the Hall of Fame.
For sure he is.
On his production alone, he's in, right?
He's an MVP of the league.
But it's probably one you might not celebrate because of this. No. That's what I'm saying. He's great. He fills it up more than anyone else, but as far as that ingredient, it ain't there.
It's one of those things. If I said to the four of us, what is James Harden's defining moment in the NBA?
Losing.
Right. Right.
Being sent home.
It's doing one of these.
Yes.
Like if you said, and then you'd be like, oh, yeah, he won an MVP and he scored, I think he averaged 35 one year. Like just bonkers to be able to do that in the NBA.
Yeah.
But if you said, hey, James Harden, NBA's career,
failure.
Boy, he didn't show up when it mattered.
Melo, failure. AI, I wouldn't put in that category.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
And Melo's kind of but like Iverson always balled out. His teams weren't great.
Yeah. He gave it everything he had.
Melo didn't always tank. He just wasn't always great.
Right.
It's not just that he's not great. It's that he's unequivocally bad.
When it matters most.
Yeah. It's like, so, and I'll just make up some numbers. It's not like he usually averages 25 and he gets you 19.
Yeah.
It's that he averages 25 and he gets you 8.
If the Hall of Fame functions as it should, you would keep him out. But that's besides the point. Because to me, that's what it's all about. It's you should step up in the biggest moments, not the other way, regardless of how many points you put in. And another thing, it makes KD look all that much more brilliant. Going to Golden State, getting that championship rub, and then you can go back to doing what you always do and just fill it up. Think about that. Think about if Harden did what he did. Go to Golden State, get 2 rings.
I think the rub on Harden would be very similar to the rub on KD, which is, cool, dude.
If he didn't have the rings?
No, because KD is not like, oh, we love you. It's always like, you're great.
But he's got the 2 blings.
He does have the 2, but
you
everybody
can't take them back.
Yeah, cool. You joined the best team in history. Good job, dude. It's not.
But he's still blinging.
He's got him. But Klay Thompson walks out.
Oh, that's different.
Draymond Green, Steph Curry, you're like, look at what I got.
It's different.
Oh, yeah, KD, cool.
Oh, yes, it's
Everywhere
different.
else you've ever gone?
Yes.
Crickets.
Way back when, I was so lucky. This brings up a story. I was in a room with Michael Spinks. It was a big room.
Oh.
This is when Michael Spinks was the guy.
Sure.
This is before they even announced the fight with Tyson.
91 seconds.
So he was the people's champ. And everybody was just in love with Michael Spinks, getting high fives, taking pictures. And then Tyson walked in, and everything changed. The whole room just went... It was crazy, right?
What, was this at a work thing or just
it was like one of those
event?
Meet and greets. He was showing off the belt. He was so happy and like, hey, it's Michael Spinks. He's such a nice guy.
Baby.
Tyson walked in. The energy just shifted. So there's champions and then there's champions.
Yeah, and the other guys.
Yes.
The other guys for sure. All right, so the Warriors have advanced. They'll take on the Timberwolves. What do we know about the Lakers after the Warriors are done with the T-Wolves? That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, Ma, you know how you've always...
We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. If you've ever been in a car accident, you know how stressful it can be. My boy Leo and the crew at Active Collision are there for you. They're the experts at taking care of your business. I'm dealing with it right now. Hit and run. The back of my truck was smashed. I thought it was just a simple fix the tailgate. No. Leo said, boom, boom, boom. This is a problem, Bethel. Let me take care of it. 626-330-0100. 626-330-0100. You'll get a 50% discount on your deductible when you let them know that 710 sent you. Or check them out on Instagram at active.collision.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
This PGA Tour moment is brought to you by True Green.
At the 1984 PGA Championship, at age 44 with an ailing back, Lee Trevino defied the rules of age and the ability to practice. Following doctor's orders, Trevino was limited to 30 to 45-minute warm-up before each round, but rallied on the back nine to win his 6th major championship. In the victory, he became the first player to win the PGA Championship with 4 rounds under 70.
True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Celebration, Jorge?
Yeah, but this is not quite the music for it. But yeah. But
what is he singing about?
He's just, I'm crazy about you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm crazy about you too.
I like this song. I like
Come
this
on,
song.
man. We had a date night and now you're crazy about me? Come on.
Yeah. I just want more of those sandwiches that you made.
Oh, man.
Pambazo?
Pambazo. That was good. Good stuff.
Stupid. Listen all this week to the Trav and DeMarco Show for your chance to win a $100 gift card to Islands Restaurant. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7, and you will win. Make sure to try their new $10 protein bowls, available only for a limited time. Listen all this week, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. DeMarco, you and I were chatting a little bit during the break, and you used a word that I think is spot on. We continued our conversation about James Harden and the Clippers being out of the playoffs. And, you know, it's funny because coming into the season, the Clippers, I don't think anybody were looking at as a team that was going to go win an NBA championship. That was not their expectation. But as we got closer to the end of the season and they started playing much, much better, and Kawhi was playing much, much better, give Clipper fans credit. They have a real home court advantage at Intuit. That's a real
yeah, that
good
wall is real.
And Ballmer tried to make a home court advantage in Denver. He flew out chartered planes of fans to be on the court while the Nuggets were shooting free throws.
Yeah,
That was
that's smart. That's how you do it.
Super smart.
Yeah.
And so they're trying, and I think they're headed in the right direction and all this stuff. But you said something about Harden specifically, and Kawhi. It's a little hard. Kawhi's won a couple of titles.
He's Michael Myers. The guy shows no emotion.
None.
Yep.
So to try to read into his, emotionless face, you're not getting anywhere. There's nothing there. When you look at Steph Curry, LeBron James, Jokic, Giannis, SGA, Luka, quite frankly, these guys that are the best players in the league, Jason Tatum, okay? It's very clear that they are competing at a level that is just off the charts. James Harden is competing but there's a level, and I'll use the word that you said to me a second ago, a level of acceptance to, it's not my night tonight. I guess this is just going to be the way that it is.
Yeah.
That's almost unique to him.
A look of resignation. Yeah, it's weird. And watching Steph Curry and Draymond Green.
Draymond's a great example.
Stay within himself. That entire team, especially Draymond, stay within himself, not let the outside in, and they kept what was important. The main thing was the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell it meant something to them just by the way they looked. With Harden, you can tell. It's like, I'm just going to accept what's happening right now.
I hope it goes well, and if it doesn't, it doesn't.
Right.
As opposed to, it's going to go well, or I'm going to die trying to make it go well.
Right. There's leadership, and then there's a guy that's waiting around for the boat to sink. That's what it seems like he is. He's the band on the boat. I'm going to give you what I got.
He's been around a long time. That's just kind of the way that it is.
I think his window might be closed as far as him being the leader of a championship basketball team. Now, he could still go someplace else and be a part of somebody else's run and help, like Jimmy Butler.
Isn't that what this was at least supposed to be, with Kawhi being
I think you might be out of options.
The number one.
Yes.
And then Harden being the supporting, the lead supporting actor.
Yeah.
But here we are again.
I'm glad you said actor. He might be directed to video from this point on. Your days as a leading man might be over. I mean, how many times are you ever going to trust him again?
I didn't trust him in the first place. But yeah, your point is a good one. It's just, the shock would have been had Game 7 taken place and James Harden went out there and they had 30 and he had 35 and they won by a bucket because he was awesome.
Right.
Because he just through force of, if I said, look at what the Warriors did yesterday.
The
Warriors won because Steph got hot when he had to get hot. Buddy Hield
and Buddy Hield
crazy.
was just bonkers.
But Steph had a terrible first half, or at least scoring wise. Right. They were doubling him like crazy, but he when it mattered, Steph
stayed
was
with
a
it.
huge part of it.
Yeah.
That's not what you get with Harden.
It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to go the way you want it to go. You're going to have to find different ways to score. It seems like if Harden has one way to do it, one way he likes to do it, and when that's not there, it seems like he pouts. And that's it. I can't play this game. And that's playoff basketball. That's just what I see. I could be dead wrong, but he's out, so I think we're right about that. And the Warriors are still in. And
yeah, they are.
When we're all cosmic dust and look back at this era, we're going to be talking about probably two guys, and Harden ain't one of them.
No, it's Steph and LeBron.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. Two guys that really want it, that actually have made the finals, willed their way into certain areas.
Against each other.
Competed against each other, and Harden will be just like he'll be the bread on the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Yeah, the afterthought. Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
So Golden State advances to take on the T-Wolves.
And one more thing. You couldn't take out the Nuggets now when they're in disarray? That's what I'm saying. This is the best time to take them down.
Go back to the beginning of that series. It felt like the Clippers probably should have won that series in 5 games.
And you missed it. Right.
And
it's more like the Kings.
It's very similar to the Kings.
Boom.
That you had an opportunity. When you got an opportunity to shove them off the cliff, you better.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
You know, they're doing this thing on the back like, I'm going to fall. Go shove them.
Yes. Knife through the eye to the brain.
That they're going to fall. Go shove them off the ledge.
Kill the zombie.
So the Lakers... We're going to see whether or not the Warriors can do what the Lakers were incapable of doing, and that's beat a bigger Timberwolves team, right? Golden State plays small, too. They play small in a slightly different way than the Lakers do. The Lakers are a little bit bigger on the wings, but Golden State prefers to be small. They prefer to have that lineup out there. Minnesota, as we saw, is a very big, athletic team. If Minnesota struggles with Golden State, is that an indictment of J.J. Redick? If Steve Kerr can find a way to make this work better against Minnesota with a small, they don't have a Gobert, they don't have a Naz Reid, they don't have these big guys.
So if
like
the
that.
Warriors make the T-Wolves struggle like the Lakers couldn't, that would be an indictment against J.J.
Or if they beat them.
If I'm JJ, the first thing I'll say is, let me borrow Steph Curry.
Yeah,
and I bet you I'll make the T-Wolves will look different.
I got LeBron James and Luka Doncic. It's not like I don't have guys.
True. Let me borrow Draymond. No, that would be an insult to say that.
But what I'm saying is the Lakers, if we're just talking heavyweights, Butler and Curry, James and Doncic, 2 heavyweights on both sides. Okay?
Yeah, I see where you're going. I'll say this, Trav, and I mean this. And you can cue the music now because it's going to begin. If the Warriors get past the T-Wolves and they handle them, then you might have to say this is Steph's era.
The second part of it could be, sure.
Yeah, if they do, because this will be head-to-head. This is the best thing you can get outside of a head-to-head matchup between LeBron and Steph at this age. Is the team that knocked LeBron and Luke out. If Steph and the Warriors beat them, say in 5 games, debate over.
Even if the 7 games,
Even
it
if
comes
it's 7.
down to a half-court heave that goes in.
If they win, great, in 7. But if they absolutely, they look completely different than they did against the Lakers.
That's what I'm getting at. That's
yeah.
what I'm getting at. Let's say they don't even win, but let's say the series goes 6 or 7 games, and these games feel tight, close. And the Lakers didn't really get blown out in any of those games other than one. So they were in them. It wasn't like they were getting embarrassed.
It was the fourth quarter.
It was the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They're a little deeper, but
and you can blame that on roster construction.
You can blame a lot of it on roster construction, but there would be hey, that's kind of sort of 2 stars and Draymond, smaller team going up against the same team. And again, Steve Kerr's been around the block for a dozen years or more, multiple-time championship. He's a deeply experienced head coach in this league. J.J. Redick just did it for his first time. I'm not saying J.J. can't improve and figure some things out and learn from his mistakes, but if kind of a sort of similar team goes in there and gives him a fit, I think there's something there.
Of course, and if we're at a bar somewhere and somebody at the end said, this is an indictment on JJ, I would say exactly what you just said. Steve Kerr's won a championship before. He's been around the block. Arguably a better player than JJ at some point.
He's been a head coach in this league, I don't know how long. It's at least 10 or 12 years.
I would say that's unfair, and JJ has a chance to get there, and he had a pretty good year.
Yes.
So he took his licks in the postseason. Let's see what happens the next time around. That's what I would say. But JJ would come up if the Warriors make the T-Wolves look different.
But it's like more of a thing you can pinpoint it. You can say if the Warriors can...
There's a control group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So hey, if it is that the Warriors can beat with small ball, it means that it's not the player issue maybe, or it's the coaching and the way that you attack the Wolves with small ball.
My first criticism of my own criticism would be the Warriors are deeper, but they're really not. They don't play a bunch of guys either, right?
Yeah.
They play 5.5, 6 guys, depending on how much Kuminga's going to play or how much Moody's going to play at any time. They kind of have their core group of guys,
They
too.
might be older.
And Curry is an older player. Butler is an older player. Draymond is an older player. These guys are not, now
they've been around the block. Yeah.
LeBron's older than all of them, but LeBron, Luka's not. Luka's in his mid-20s.
I would have hoped to have seen that matchup between the Warriors and the Lakers for the pageantry of it, but I'm not sure how that would have went for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Based on what we just said.
I think we're going to get I think it's a better matchup for the Lakers because they both kind of want to play similarly.
Yeah.
And
I think you get more LeBron because Steph's out there.
I think so,
but
too.
I would have loved just one Buddy Hield performance out of AR. Just one.
Great point.
Just one.
Great point.
You might even win that series, or at least
Buddy
they
Hield
might
won
still
them
be
the
playing.
game last night.
They might still be playing right now.
Buddy Hield, they might still be playing. Buddy Hield at least made it a not tonight, not with me, and we never got that game from Austin Reeves
at all.
Or anything close to it.
So that's your coaching point, JJ. That's got to get better. I don't know if you can help Luka. I think that's different, but you can help AR be better. You can help your bench players be better. That's on the coach.
Far Side coming up next is Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Hey there, I'm Jack.
And I'm Stag.
We're just two deer that want to make sure you know it's deer season at your authorized John Deere dealer. The deer season that saves bucks. You know, like us.
Yeah, you can get $3,000 off select John Deere machines. No early wake-up calls or tree stands required.
Just a trip to your authorized dealer before June 2nd.
If you ask us, it's the only deer season worth celebrating.
Visit johndeere.com/deer season to find an authorized dealer and for complete finance details.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
Regardless of Cinco de Mayo, where all the Nello fans at? Jorge, my man, where you at?
Oh, what fight?
Come on.
What fight? What are you talking
Where's
about?
Michael Thompson, who was tweeting up a storm? Did you see this fight? Hear about this fight?
No.
It wasn't a fight. It was a damn dance.
Dance,
It was a dance. Yeah, he ran the entire fight. But, I mean, what do you expect? He wasn't supposed to get this fight. We're supposed to be fighting Benavidez. You're overmatched and you know it. Wouldn't you react the same way? I'm here. They paid me to come here to fall down.
Yeah.
I'm paid so Canelo could knock me out.
Yeah.
Why would I give that to you?
No, $9 million, by the way.
$9 million. I'm going to make
$9
you run, and I'm going to run and make you catch me. It's up to Canelo to cut off the ring, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
I'm not.
No,
look, I understand. I'm here to fill a role, but I'm not going to make it easy on you.
Thank you.
You're going to at least have to catch me.
Now, Canelo fans just want the guy to, like, ding, ding, walk straight into Canelo and get knocked out. That's what they want.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's what you want, fight Benavidez. That's that guy, right? He ain't going to go nowhere. He ain't going to run.
He's waiting for it, too.
Thank you.
Is it just typical boxing nonsense that they're not fighting?
The fights were bad. Ryan Garcia lost, which made me happy.
No, the Benavidez fight.
Oh, he doesn't want it. Canelo doesn't want to fight Benavidez.
Because he can lose?
Well, Canelo tried to, tell me if I'm wrong. He said he wasn't going to fight another guy from Mexico or another Mexican or something like that.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want. Yeah, that's exactly what.
But they're the two best guys?
Benavidez is after his ass, and he wants a piece of Canelo.
But Canelo's like, nah, I'm cool.
Mexico's pretty big. There's enough room for two good fighters.
Right. It seems like a duck. If it's genuine, I feel you, but it seems like a duck. But it's funny with those Canelo fans. And I'm just having fun.
When you rewatch the fight and you speed it up, it's a dance, man.
Dude.
Like, they're just moving around all
like old school VCR. They're just running around the ring. They're just running around the ring.
I know exactly.
But like I
what you're
said,
talking about.
you paid me to come here and fall down. I know what this is. I'm not going to get hurt. It's up to
Yeah,
him
no,
to knock me out.
He's not supposed to walk out there with his chin forward. Like,
Thank
I'm
you.
going to at least protect
So
myself.
how do you think that Crawford fight's going to be?
I can't wait to see it, but Canelo still has the advantage. He's a naturally bigger guy.
Correct.
It seems like he wants that
Crawford
advantage.
has never fought at 168 either. So.
But so I'd say Crawford is fighting uphill. And Canelo has the high ground because he's the bigger dude. And Canelo's the draw. But I think it's going to be more of a fight. I think Bud's going to make it more of a fight than what we just saw. But it was just funny. Nello fans crack me up. They don't want Benavidez because he's too mean, he's too nasty, and he's too in front of your face. Not for our guy. Then you fight a guy that moves, and it's like, oh, well, he moves too much. Well,
what do you want? They want one of those guys at Big Five without the arms that just stands there and takes the shot.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
There you go.
Come on, it was a trip. Yeah,
Those
just nuts. So I can't wait to talk to Michael Thompson. Everything is Hagler Hearns with him.
Well,
any fight that's a dud. Oh, it ain't Hagler Hearns. That was 30 years ago.
You know what was Hagler Hearns? Hagler Hearns. Right. That's it. Like there's a reason that was the greatest 3 minutes in the history of boxing because they both went in there and punched each other in the head for 2.5 rounds.
And if you did that today, I mean, it would be 2-man enter, 1-man leave.
Yeah.
With the way it is now. Yeah. And I was happy that Ryan lost. The boxing gods are like the baseball gods are like the football gods. They'll write stuff.
They'll square the account.
Yeah. So your last fight, you got the win, but you were dirty.
Oh, okay.
You were dirty. And
how was the Haney fight?
Same.
He lost?
No.
Oh, he won?
The same. Fast forward, he's just running around the ring.
But, if he loses, he'll probably sue.
He'll probably sue. Yeah. But, I mean, I feel bad for him because, dude, he lost to a dude that was juiced up. And baseball, football, what have you, it is what it is. Some guys are, some guys aren't. This is the hurt game. So if I'm fighting you and you're enhanced, you could kill me.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, why would you be mad at Haney for being mad at Ryan that he was juiced up? It didn't make sense. But I'm not going to say I love Devin Haney's fighting style.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a track meet. Dude, come on, dude. Throw at least one punch.
Right, it's a fight.
Right.
There should be some fighting
Yes.
in the fights. I don't know.
If you're going to fight Devin Haney, make sure it's in a phone booth. If you fight him in a big ring, you're not going to find him. So that was
Have
that
you
was
ever
definitely
seen
fun.
those fights that are in phone booths?
Those things, those hybrid
That's
MMA fights.
That's just not good.
The Russians, they have team
The Ru-
MMA.
Yeah.
They have team MMA. They have phone booth fights, and they have backseat fights.
The phone booth fights, I've not seen the
backseat
fights.
They
but
put guys in the backseat of a car and say, go.
Yeah, no. No.
Right.
The phone booth thing is crazy.
Nuts. Did you watch the whole thing? The fights?
No. I just saw the highlights. I was LAFC that night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I watched it at Dave & Buster's, just on a humbug. And I walked straight to the bar, sat down, and it was funny. I was having two conversations about the same thing from opposite angles.
Oh, okay.
So old guy here was talking to me about tariffs and stuff, and this guy over here was
that's
telling me weird, and I'm just right in the middle. So I introduced them to, like, here, you talk. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
But you talk to each other. I'm out.
Hey, Dave, meet Bob. Bob, meet Dave. I'm going home.
It was actually
Peace
Bob
out.
and Percy. You're right.
Of course it was.
So, but I walked in straight to the bar, sat
David.
down, and ordered, had a good time. And these guys walk in with wristbands, and I said, "What's with the wristbands?" Well, they made you pay $10 to watch the fight, and I'm like, they didn't ask me.
Your plate away from
You must have gotten there ahead of the wristband police.
They didn't ask me, and I'm not going to ask questions. So,
I have a question
fun.
before you move on.
Go ahead.
So we've all been in this scenario, what you just described, where you are at a bar or somewhere, and specifically, you're seated at the bar, you're trying to watch the game, maybe, kill an hour before you got to meet somebody or whatever, eat a little bit, stare at your phone, and there's somebody at the bar that wants to chew your ear off, and in particular about something that you have no interest in talking about.
Always. Yep.
How do you get out of it?
Sit there and talk. This dude, obviously, he was an older guy. He said he was ex-military, and I'd say he was probably in his 70s.
Okay.
And he was by himself, so he just wanted somebody to talk to. So I was there for a while.
I get that, and
But
if
dude,
we want to talk about the weather and the traffic, great.
Right.
But the second we're getting into tariffs and politics,
China
I'm like, bro,
stuff.
I'm not your man for this.
I work on the docks.
I'm whatever you're feeling, good for you. I do not want to have this conversation.
I hooked him up with Percy.
There you
Percy's
go.
your guy.
Percy, hop in here.
And I went to the other side and hid in a booth.
So you started you lit your bathroom on fire?
Oh, yeah. Did you go through a firebug phase?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I taught my daughter how to light candles.
With the little trigger
with a lighter.
thing?
Taught her how to
Yeah.
do the lighter
Oh,
and
okay.
how to turn the candle, lighter,
yeah,
and all
yeah.
that stuff.
Okay.
And be careful of your hair. A lot
Oh,
of hair.
yeah.
She'll burn your.
Does she have long hair?
Long hair.
Okay.
A lot of hair.
Yeah.
So my firebug phase was I was experimenting with gasoline.
Okay.
Did you do this? Did everybody do this?
I did. The lighter fluid from the barbecue was my fuel of choice when I was a
And
kid.
you tried to stream it, right? Flamethrower?
I melted things.
With the lighter fluid?
Well, you'd put the lighter fluid on them, and then you'd light it on fire, and it would cause a small little inferno.
See how long it takes to melt
I
certain
want to see how
things.
long it takes to melt that Greedo Star Wars figure.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels,
yes.
whatever. Destroying things
Yes.
with fire.
Yes.
So I was in that experimental phase, and I was doing it with gas and Dixie cups.
Oh.
So I would put the gas in the Dixie cup and light the
Like from the lawnmower in the garage
Yeah.
kind of situation? Okay. Yeah,
gas
yeah.
can.
Yeah.
And I would just sit it in the sink and just watch it and just see what happens. So I was watching it. It got bored. I heard my mom coming, so I'm like, let me put this fire out. Now, mind you, I'm still learning how this stuff works.
How old are you?
Must have been 10.
Okay.
Because the story came up, Grace is 10.
Sounds about right.
So mom's coming, let me put this out. So I turned on the faucet.
Oh.
Right, hit the gas and sprayed it everywhere in the bathroom. On the towels, on the shower curtain, and everything is on fire immediately. I put everything out, got the smoke out, and my mom didn't know.
No way.
Did not know. I hid the towels, took the shower curtain, balled that up, threw it outside the
You got
window.
rid of the shower curtain?
Everything.
And your mom didn't notice?
Broke the piggy bank, went right to the store, bought a new shower curtain, right?
I wouldn't even know how to get a shower curtain at 10
Bro,
years old.
I'm not taking a butt whooping. I almost burned the house down.
Yeah.
This would have been it for me as she found this out.
I still don't know where to get a shower curtain. Where do you go, like Walmart?
Yeah, Walmart.
Do you have an everything store?
Target.
Probably, but not one that I was aware of
Pick
at
and
10
save.
years old.
Yeah, we
Pick
had
and save.
one called
Pick
Big
and
T. It was an everything. It was like a small Walmart. It had everything. So I went down, got a shower curtain, came back, put that thing up. Threw the towels away, buried some stuff so she couldn't find it.
Oh, yeah.
But just for a second, everything in the bathroom was on fire.
Were you by yourself or your brothers with you?
It was summer. I think they might have been. They were home, but not home.
Okay.
So everybody was there, and I heard my mom's door open. I'm like, okay, it's over. Boom! Whole place is on fire. Oh my God, crazy. Right. Now, being in California now, you know how dangerous that is?
Being anywhere, and you're 10 years old and you're a dummy like we all are at 10 years old.
Right.
And gasoline or light,
I wasn't thinking about the neighborhood burning down. I was thinking, if my mom finds out, she is going to beat the black off me.
No. You never you're worried about getting in trouble, not burning the neighborhood down.
Right.
Like, I want to be able to go to the sleepover at Tommy's on the weekend.
Right.
Not worried I just burned down 50 people's homes.
She's going to say, forget the belt, give me the extension cord. Come on, let's go. Yes, sir.
Not good. That sounds not good. All right, so you got a little position competition coming up for the Rams, right?
Fun stuff. Sean McVay, and I love him as a coach, and he's learned this in 9 years because he's a student of the game and student of coaching. He does not do favors for players at all. His responsibilities are to the team, his employer, and that's it. Player comes third. He does not do favors.
I want to know what that means. That's coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. And Next Gen, you know my pals at Next Gen. They're the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of all of us SoCal sports fans. And spring is here. You can tell by the June gloom before June. That means it's time to clear out the dust and the allergens, and not just from your home, but from the actual air that you breathe. And Next Gen is here to do that by making it easier for you than ever. Because right now, ESPN LA listeners can get $100 off select indoor air quality products to help reduce allergens, dust, and pollutants inside your house. You can upgrade your air, protect your family's health, and enjoy cleaner, fresher air all season long. And at Next Gen, they make it super easy for you to get it done. We're talking open 7 days a week, lifetime warranty options available, financing options available, and that better than ever 5-star Next Gen service. So don't wait. 833-3-NEXT-GEN. Call them today to claim your $100 off select indoor air quality products. That's 833-3-NEXT-GEN and nextgenairandplumbing.com.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Is it time to sell your home? Whether you're downsizing, moving, or inheriting a property, call Seller's Advantage. With decades of experience, they offer custom cash solutions and can close in days. No repairs, no agents, no hassle, just a great offer that gives you peace of mind. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Just as every point matters, every detail counts in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Time
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Little breaking news here, right out of the top. The Los Angeles Kings and Vice President General Manager Rob Blank have mutually agreed to part ways. It was announced today by Team President Luc Robitaille. The search for a replacement will begin immediately. So Rob Blank out as VP and General Manager of the Kings, and this is life in pro sports, right? It's always weird when you have a player like Rob Blake, who is such a great player with an organization, so identifiable with an organization, and then you got to move on from him. But when you lose in the playoffs in the first round, year after year after year, eventually the bill comes due and somebody's got to pay for it.
Or you just need a vacation, bro.
Yeah, that too, right?
Yeah, it's time for. Were they teammates? I'm looking.
Sure.
They were teammates.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see if I had to fire, or if let's say Kurt Warner did what Brady did and became a team owner, and he hired me as head coach, and I had reached my end. I just can't get it done. Or GM. I can't get it done. I can only imagine how hard that must be for him to put our feelings for each other aside and keep the team first.
Does it make it any easier if you know, look, college sports for that matter, unless you're at a small school and you're teaching history when you're not at practice, but you get these jobs knowing there is an expiration date and it's probably sooner than later. That the odds of having a Greg Popovich type of run are virtually zero. Yeah. Right? That you show up, and if you last 5 years, that's a good run. And, you know, if you last 10, it's a miracle. But these jobs have expiration dates. And, hey, sit down. Hey, we all know that this is the business, and I hate to do it. Today's the day we got to make a change. Does it make it a little easier just knowing that's the way that the
all I can do is relay it to coaches, football coaches I know that want to move up from assistant to coordinator to head coach. And some guys are happy being assistants. Some guys are happy being coordinators only because they don't want – it's not the pressure they don't want, it's that. It's uncertainty because there's so much that can go wrong. Yeah. And when it does, you're on the chopping – you're first. You're on the chopping block. Yeah. So I'll just stay down here where it's safe and last 25 years and maybe move 3 times versus let me go up here.
Yeah, move every 4th year.
Right, and get fired. Right, it's different.
It pays better.
Big time.
Yeah.
The pressure's more.
Pays better, the pressure's more. And Quentin Byfield should have skated that puck out of the zone.
Oh, look at you.
That was one of those. It didn't change the whole series, but it changed the whole series.
Yeah.
Just get it out.
I didn't know he was on the – was he on the hot seat?
Yeah.
He was on the hot seat for a while.
Losing in the first round every year.
But why is that his fault? Well, I guess you're picking the coach.
Somebody's – and by the way, he may be next.
Who, Luke?
Hiller.
Oh, Hiller may be next.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see, but – you lose.
Right. Heads must roll. Heads must roll. That's how it goes.
Tell me what you mean. What do you mean Sean McVay doesn't do people any favors?
Okay, so this is funny. I was just thinking of some stuff as I was walking. Oh, by the way, when I was walking, there was a dude that was walking in front of me with Miami Hurricane shorts on. Mistake, bro.
Do you?
Right. And, you know, we got this thing going back to 91. We split the national championship with it. So I'm about to walk this dude down. Oh, yeah.
Are you in any Huskies gear?
I got my Huskies little, what do you call that? Skull cap on.
Okay.
Yeah, so I made sure he saw that when I went by him. But here's the thing. He wouldn't give me the chance to pass him. He cut off the course right when I got next to him.
Oh, boo.
Hurricanes.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about that, and I was thinking about football and how this season would go if I'm Sean McVay. I would say this. I would give them a lot of Devontae Adams first and save Puka for Turkey Day.
Okay.
I would save the Puka stuff for after Thanksgiving to where he's at his physical best, because the first thing you stop practicing as a defense, especially out of the secondary, is tackling.
Okay.
And I would make teams have to tackle him late, especially when it gets cold
Just
outside.
because he's so physical?
He's huge,
Yeah.
and he's a monster.
Yeah.
That vein in his neck, you could see those guys. They don't want any part of that.
No, he's a big, strong, physical player.
So I would try to save as much of that as I could until Turkey Day and give you a lot of Devontae Adams in September. And I would also have a running back by committee competition. So Kyron probably – play this out in your head. Kyron probably won't play in the preseason. And you're thinking of the second unit offensive line of the Rams probably has the best amount of depth that we've seen in a while if you include Bo Limber, who might be second-team center. He's a starter.
Yep.
So imagine Blake Corum going off. Imagine Ronnie Rivers going off. Imagine the rookie they just drafted going off. And Kyron watching. So in September, it's American Idol. I'm holding open auditions for the starting running back job. Kyron, you're up first. Let's see how long you can hold it. So that would be number one.
Okay.
And then I got to tight end, and that's what I started thinking. Sean McVay doesn't do favors. So if you're
before we move on to the tight end, you think Corum will play in the preseason?
Depending on how that
he didn't play much last year.
I think he's going to have to now. They just drafted a kid at your spot.
Okay.
So they're telling you competition is open like tight end.
Fast. Second round pick last year, didn't get a chance to play very much, and already you're on the clock.
Look, Sean doesn't do favors.
Okay.
Les Need really doesn't do favors.
Okay.
So Kyron has to prove he's worth more than $8 million.
Got it.
And he's probably not going to play preseason. And he's going to be watching these youngsters ball out. I'm just assuming if everything goes right with the O-line. Then I start thinking about tight end. If you're Davis Allen, he's a position switch project coming out of Clemson. Former defensive end, they're switching to tight end. They love his aggressiveness. He is making that transition. It's taking some time, but it's not fast enough to stop them from drafting another kid at your spot.
Ferguson
coming in, who does everything that they're trying to teach you to do right out of the gate. So if you're Davis Allen, your job is to retire Tyler Higbee.
Okay.
That's your gig. You have to retire that guy to make sure you save enough for when this kid's ready, or it's going to be you that's gone. So then I started thinking about McVay doesn't do favors, even to guys he loves. Cooper Kupp's in Seattle. Tyler Higbee, McVay loves him, but I can't do you favors. If you're not the guy, if you can't hold up, run and pass, and give me a little extra down the spine of the defense, the middle of the field, I can't have you out there. So if you're Davis Allen, you're direct backup. And I'm keeping Colby Parkinson in mind too, but Davis Allen is a guy that has to run past Parkinson and then put pressure on Higbee and ultimately retire him. Because if you don't, this kid's going to take your reps quickly. That's what I mean. So regardless of how McVay feels about you, it's all about making that position better.
You said something that we all know, but it landed differently when you said it this time. Cooper Kupp's in Seattle.
Loves him.
Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That should be one of those things that you go home that night. If you're somebody not named Cooper Kupp and you're on the Rams, damn.
If you're relying on the fact that McVay loves me,
If your currency is, we get along. This guy, I'm pretty good. I can do this. I've been around. Cooper Kupp is on another team.
In a rival.
On a rival.
Yes.
That you're going to see twice a year, and they were okay with that.
Basically, his son.
Yes.
I love him that much. He's in Seattle.
I don't know what it was, but when you said that, I'm like, dude, that is a sobering thought because we look, some really good players have come and gone. You know, Todd Gurley is another guy that was terrific, and then wait, he's in Atlanta? What?
Yeah,
like it just quick. Tyler Cooper Kupp being in Seattle. And was he Cooper Kupp from a couple of years ago? No. Was he still useful? Yes. and it's like, wow.
Super Bowl MVP.
That happens
gone.
Quick.
That's what so there's going to be changeover, and this is what you have to realize. And this is what I keep saying about Sean McVay when we talk about this stuff and how he learns. That is a learned skill. Because there are a lot of head coaches that would probably lose their job because of how much they care about their players.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cut you.
Hey.
You caught the winning touchdown for me in the Super Bowl here in L.A., so regardless of the fact you're slowing down, I'm going to keep you. That gets you fired.
I'm not saying this is a criticism. I'm just saying this is an observation.
Yeah.
Chris Taylor's still on the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Austin Barnes is still on the Dodgers.
Yes.
You know, these are not necessarily the best guys for the job, but they've been around.
Mm-hmm.
Dave knows them. I know Clayton Kershaw, I'm sure, has some input on Austin Barnes. But this is your point. In football, it's like, nope, next.
Right.
It's rough.
It's hard to do. And you have to develop that callus as a coach. You have to be empathetic. But it was, what was his name? It was before, oh my God, he was up in Seattle and Green Bay. He was the guy before Andy Reid.
Mike Holmgren?
Mike Holmgren. He said the guys that we had, Adam Timmerman, who came from the Packers, came to us. He said he would start the day saying the same thing every day. Remember, we care about you, but we don't care about you. Have a good practice. And that's football.
Well, that's very, very rough. Going back to your tight end thing a second ago, they drafted Ferguson out of Oregon, so he's going to make the team, right? Unless something extraordinary happens. Higbee has been around a long time, but is a little longer in the tooth. You have Allen that you're talking about, who's a work in progress. And then there's Parkinson, right? Mm-hmm. Can they afford to be that young or that inexperienced? Inexperienced is the wrong word. ineffective. Like Parkinson just wasn't effective. I know he's been in the league a long time. He's a veteran player, but he was not an impactful player for the Rams last season. Could you really see Higbee being gone? It seems like even though he's an older player, he's the one that I know what I'm going to get. Maybe it's not what I would have gotten 2 or 3 years ago, but there's a base level of performance that I'm going to have here. My other two guys are young. I don't know what the heck they're going to give me. Parkinson hasn't been good enough could he be the odd man out?
It depends on Davis Allen. That's the thing. He's that third guy sitting behind those two older guys, especially Higbee. And they put a lot of money and effort into making him a better tight end. Showed flashes the other way. Now you got to take a step beyond and take a step forward. So I'm assuming he's going to run past at least one guy. Can you put enough pressure on Tyler Higbee to change the whole narrative? I don't know. We'll see. Tyler Higbee is going to be so important like Cooper Kupp because he's got to be more in tune with the offense than anyone else out there outside the center. Because chances are when Stafford changes that play, you're going to be the guy moving.
Yeah.
You're going to go from pass to run blocking, and you got to know how to pick it all up. So if Davis Allen or a young guy can be that smart and effective, then they'll start looking at money. I could save the team money by going this direction. But it's up to him to put pressure on Higbee.
Like we said, when you get a chance to shove him off the cliff, shove him off the cliff.
And it ain't personal. It's just football.
It's business.
And all this being said, all the offseason moves, acquisitions, everything is one reason why the Rams might be a little optimistic, and Rams fans being optimistic going into the season. So I read an article.
Will Chamberlain.
And it was a ranking. Action Sports Network polled NFL fans on their level of optimism going into this next season. And surprisingly, the Rams were number one.
The Rams?
They were at 90% of people polled. They were very optimistic about their team. So I'm going to have you guys guess the other 9 teams in the top 10 of most optimistic teams going into this next season.
Be good. Okay.
So I'm going to start with DeMarco.
The Rams are 1?
Rams are 1.
Oh, Chiefs.
Chiefs are also on the list. They are number 3 at 88%. Jorge.
The Lions.
Lions are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at 86%. Travis.
Philly.
Philly is number 2 with 89%. DeMarco.
I'll say this in Scarface language. Baltimore.
Baltimore is 8 with 84%. Saying they are very optimistic. Jorge.
The Cowboys.
Oh, no.
Cowboys
come
are
on,
not
all the
on the
homies
list.
are always hopeful.
That was a hard one. You want it out.
All right, Travis.
Buffalo.
Buffalo's on the list at 87%. They're 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, DeMarco.
Oh my God.
We have 3 teams left.
3 more teams left.
And you guys will tie if we ended up.
This is
out.
optimism, right? I'm going with quarterbacks. Oh God, I'm lost now. I have no idea. Green Bay.
Oh, Travis wins.
I haven't won in a while. This is good news.
Yeah. I do have another one. Do we want one now or
Can I
later?
guess? I want to see if my next one would have been there.
Okay.
Are the Chargers on there?
Chargers are on there.
They are. Okay.
They
Optimism.
are 85% right below the Lions.
The Niners there?
The Niners are not there.
Who else is on the list?
So the full list is number 1 is the Rams. Number 2 is the Eagles. Number 3 is the Chiefs. 4 is the Bills. 5 is the Lions. 6 is the Chargers. 7 is the Buccaneers. 8 is the Ravens.
Buccaneers.
9 is the Commanders.
Oh, yeah.
And 10 is the Texans.
Forgot
the
about
Commanders, Jaden Daniels. Everybody's ecstatic to see that.
Forgot
Do you
about
guys
Baker.
have the desire to do one more?
Come on. A double last man
This
standing?
is a double last
Let's
man
go.
standing. Do you want to do double or nothing? You get double points?
Let's
Or
go.
Not nothing. It's just double.
Let's do it again. Or should we do it on the other side?
If you lose, you get no points. How about that?
Okay.
We can do that on the side.
Okay.
Yeah. Little double last man standing coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on
County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking about this all the time, how my mom always took care of me, man. I remember like when I was a kid, like a little kid, I'd forget my lunch. Mom would bring it over to the school. That way I wouldn't go starving the whole day. I mean, you never forget what mom does for you. Abuela too. Tia, your wifey, who does all sorts of stuff for you. And I'm sure your sister probably did plenty for you too when you were growing up. So my mom did everything to make me happy. I'm returning the favor. I'm sending her happy flowers for Happy Mother's Day from the Bouquets Company. Short for bouquets. We're hooking you up. 25% off your order. All you got to do is use the promo code ESPN so you can send some happy flowers too. Bouquets aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and they last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a freaking volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go to Bouquets flower subscription so she gets her fresh blooms on repeat. Look, guys, you can't forget mom. Mother's Day is May 11th, so order your Bouquets now. Go to Bouquets.com. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouquets. Promo code ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Cappy here to tell you about my great friends at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. I'm a huge fan for so many reasons. The safety, technology, versatility, reliability, and they're all about the Subaru Love Promise. The cars are spacious and sporty. You got to go see my boy Omar and his team at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They're focused on your needs, and they're the most knowledgeable people when it comes to getting you into the right Subaru. Ocean Subaru, 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions. Like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
But
So I think there's a but. I think there's a but, but not a big but. It's a little narrow but.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
You know, going back to M's list about the most optimistic fan bases coming into this season, that the Rams are at the top, I guess isn't a huge surprise because they had a good season, and this I think it's one of the few times you can not win the Super Bowl and actually feel pretty good about how the season ended. You had a chance to beat, which was clearly the best team. You know, had the ball in your hands, you just didn't happen. You just, you gave up a sack at the worst time. You just missed. So I understand why the optimism level is high. You had a player like Devontae Adams. That's a big deal. It's a star name. It's somebody that's a fantasy football darling, like all of this kind of stuff. So it kind of pops off the page at you. You brought back your quarterback for another season who is as good as you could hope for, right? You still have one of the best guys in the business. Are they that much better than they were a year ago?
You got a coach you like. You got your quarterback back. Like you said, you gave him some help with Devontae Adams. So there's hope there. You're kind of on the wrong side of NFL economics, but on defense, you're young, cheap, and very, very good.
Yeah.
You should be optimistic. This is a great window to take advantage of right now.
It feels, again, I'm sure most fan bases, what is today, May 5th, you feel pretty good. Yeah, we got a chance, if everything breaks the right way, but this feels more than that. This feels like the pieces are in the right spot. It feels really similar to when they went on that Super Bowl run a few years ago when they won Super Bowl 56. Like, hey, you never know exactly what's going to happen, but as far as the pieces being in the right place to where we're going to start, this is a very good starting point. And who knows what it looks like at the trade deadline. We saw where you add Von Miller, you add OBJ. Like, they got a first-round draft pick that they picked up from the Falcons. Who knows how you ultimately spend that. This feels very similar to that, and I think that's part of the reason that the optimism is optimism.
I hope marketing-wise you strike while the iron is hot. Now, football-wise, we'll find out in September.
Right?
We'll see, but you've never been more popular, and the fan base hasn't been more energized in years. Take advantage. Right now, this is your op.
And the NFC West is a lot more gettable than it has been in the past. It seems to be.
It does.
Yes.
I agree with that, and it also feels like you're not just, hey, we got to beat San Francisco or Seattle, or it's how do we match up with Philadelphia? How do you match up with Detroit? How do you match up with maybe Green Bay or Minnesota, some of these other teams that you'd expect Tampa, these teams that you think will likely be in the playoffs? And I think maybe with the exception of Philadelphia, you match up favorably against all of them. Maybe if Philadelphia got to catch a break here or there, but that's if you're saying here's 16 team or 15, take yourself out. There's only one team that I don't like the matchup on. That's a pretty good deal.
So Detroit, what makes them great? Their O-line and everything else. What makes Philly great? Their O-line and everything else. Well, the Rams' defensive line went toe-to-toe with both and gave as good as they got. Room for optimism there. Reason to be optimistic there. And you have a Hall of Fame quarterback back under center without nonsense. He's not holding out.
Nope.
He's there. Nope. You can hit the ground day one and get ready for the season.
And one of those teams you mentioned, Detroit, their two top assistants are gone.
Gone, yes.
And very rarely do you see a bunch of coaching talent leave and it doesn't affect the base that it left from.
It's got to, right?
The only team it hasn't affected?
Yes, right here.
It's because Sean has his hands in everything.
Yeah, but it's a testament to him being as on top of it because usually, like, you lose both your coordinators, buckle up.
True.
So
please tell me you guys saw Dan Campbell trying to put that little beanbag in the back of his truck.
I did not.
Did you guys see that video?
I have not seen that.
Dan Campbell, he was moving his kid out of college, and he's trying to put this oversized beanbag in the back of his truck, and it's just not going well.
Oh, that's great. Did he? Well, you got to Tetris that.
He gave it 30 seconds, and just Dan Campbell came out. He almost bit a kneecap. It's so funny. Oh my God.
I would imagine having Dan Campbell as your dad would be challenging.
Oh my God.
That dad getting angry in a hurry.
Yeah.
Look, I try to do better as I get a little older. I try to be more patient. I try to make sure that little things stay little things and you don't explode over things that you shouldn't. I'm better on some days than others.
No doubt.
Okay? I'm good.
Yes.
But the kids aren't afraid of me losing my mind.
No.
They're just worried about me being mad for 10 minutes. With Dan Campbell, he would bite the tire off the car.
He couldn't get that big, oversized beanbag in the back of the truck. He looked like he wanted to set the whole truck on fire.
Moving kids in and out of college sucks. It's like it's a rite of passage, and it's emotional, and it's all of these things. It also deeply, truly sucks.
It does. It's funny, though.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a funny piece of video.
Part two. You guys ready for part two of Last Man Standing? Are we agreeing that we're doing double or nothing? So, Travis, you either win this and you get 4.
Sure.
Or you get nothing.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So we're going to. What'd you say?
Will Chamberlain.
Oh yeah.
Answer to every question.
Canelo.
We're going to do the least optimistic fan bases. Okay.
So
we have 10 of the least optimistic fan bases. This is post draft. Okay. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to start with Travis since you won last time. Start us off with your guesses.
Carolina.
Ooh, off the board already.
Wow.
Carolina is not on the top 10 least optimistic fan bases. All right. Sorry, Trav.
I'm out.
All right, DeMarco.
Easiest one, Cleveland.
Yes, Cleveland is number 1. 46% are very pessimistic about their teams. The Browns are off the board. Jorge.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville is also not on the list. So DeMarco wins very quickly.
But here's the thing.
No way.
Jacksonville and and Charlotte, those people need to be drug tested because if they're not ready to jump off a bridge over their football team, they're doing it wrong. If they have even a shred of optimism, they're delusional because their teams are trash.
Jacksonville has a new coach, new GM, and they got Travis Hunter.
Boo.
They made moves. So
There's
here are
optimism
the so DeMarco wins. DeMarco, what are your next guests have been?
I was going to say the Cardinals.
Cardinals would be on the list. They would be 7.
Yeah.
So you would have gotten another round.
Even in a great year, they're still pessimistic down there. Yeah.
So here's the entire list of the least optimistic fan bases from Action Sports Network's rank poll. So we have Cleveland Browns number 1, Jets number 2.
Oh yeah.
Cowboys number 3.
Come on, the homies.
Dolphins number 4. Steelers number 5. 6 Falcons. 7 Cardinals. 8 Saints, and then 9 Giants, and then 10 the Broncos.
The Broncos.
And it's the only, I think the Broncos and the Steelers are the only playoff teams from last year that are pessimistic.
Why would you be pessimistic about Denver? Like, I get Pittsburgh because they don't have a quarterback. That
maybe the division you're in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Even if you're 10-7 and you're third. Right.
Might be.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they were third. So it's Patrick Mahomes still rules that division.
I need
for right
to move
now.
to Charlotte or Jacksonville if you can be in a good mood with all that going on.
You know, look, when you've been down for that long, there's only one place to go, and that's just to look up. And I can understand Jacksonville. Right, they got a new coach.
Jacksonville's got Travis Hunter, I guess.
I can understand that a little bit.
Yeah, the Panthers is a good guess, but I guess they maybe believe in their guy a little bit, I guess.
He's 5'6".
I don't know. He had a better end of a season.
I mean, your quarterback can't be 5'3". That's not a good. That's not a good jumping off point. Hey, you gonna have a good season? I think so. Do you know your quarterback's 5'3"? Oh, that's right. No, we're not gonna have a good season.
Got some breaking news out of LeBron James. In his tweet, he tweeted this out. He says, "Unfortunately, because of my knee injury I sustained at the end of the season, I won't be able to attend the Met Gala in New York tonight, as many people have been asking and congratulating me on, because he's part of the they select like 5 or 6 people to be like the sponsors of the event, or like the mascots of the event, basically.
Okay, ambassadors.
Ambassadors. Hate to miss an historical event. My beautiful queen will be there holding the castle down, as she has always done."
I'm assuming that's his wife?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Have you ever been to the Met Gala?
No.
Do you have any interest in the Met Gala?
No.
What do you do other than show up wearing like a fancy suit or a dress?
Well, that's kind of like the secretive part, because they have a whole party on the inside, and you're rubbing elbows with the most famous people in the world with no cameras.
Is it just a fashion thing?
It's a fundraiser for the Met.
Yeah. Okay. Nobody knows what goes on inside?
It's kind of I mean, people, there are like quote unquote blind items that come out afterwards, but it's mostly secretive, and it's all like the most famous people pretty much are all there. So
couldn't he wear crutches?
I guess.
Right? Or come in with a little
he wants
wheelchair?
to take his recovery
Bad
seriously.
Look, if you're LeBron and you go to the Met, because they're going to show you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a bad look right now?
Yeah. You wouldn't be taking your recovery seriously.
Well, okay. You're both right. It would be a bad look. And M, what you said, people would say. My response would be to both of you guys would be, do you really think for one single second that LeBron James is not taking care of his body to the absolute best of his ability every single day of his entire life, so that he's 40 years old, playing in 22 years? You're telling me he's going to make a decision that's against it? Not a chance. If it were somebody else, like LeBron takes his health and fitness as serious as anybody else. So if he showed up, I would not be saying that's a bad look. That's bad for his health.
Yeah,
he's LeBron. If Luka did
From
it,
the injury standpoint.
if Joel Embiid did
James
it,
Harden.
if James Harden did it, then it's a little bit different. But LeBron James looks like a superhero every day of the week.
Also risky to have this kind of schedule now, because I guess I'm sure there's a high likelihood he wasn't going to be available for this either way. Either he is playing or now that he's out, he's injured. But it's an interesting.
I don't think it just plays well. I completely threw out the injury thing. It just doesn't play well. You're going to be at the Met while Steph's still playing.
Oh, I mean, people have done that before.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It would be a bad
Was he
look.
supposed to sit at home and cry until the first game of game one?
No, but or maybe, I mean, look, I bet
once
they're
I'm
gonna
out, I'm out.
I bet they're going to say he's hiding now.
Yeah, no.
I bet they're going to say he's hiding.
You're out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did
now
somebody
he's
wear
hiding.
a meat dress to like the gala once?
That's Lady Gaga did not do it to the Met Gala. She did it to the VMAs. I want to say in like 2008.
The meat dress?
Yeah, the meat dress.
What kind of meat was it?
I don't know.
It looked like a
T-bone
lot
steaks.
of capricola, but like
gabagool.
Yeah, gabagool.
A couple good sandwiches there that you ruined.
But that was in like the 2008 era
Number
of
6.
Lady Gaga, where she was being like super adventurous. with
Somebody
what she
else
was
should have come with like Italian rolls. Somebody else
Yeah.
could have come with like some dressing, and we could have made sandwiches when it's all said. and
Uh-huh.
done.
Impossible meat dress.
Sounds
See?
good. It sounds good. Factor Cap coming up next.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Just as every point matters, every detail counts in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
3, 2, 1. It's finally here.
LA's mega sports station now has a mega app.
You can listen to 710 ESPN anywhere you are with just one tap. Introducing the all-new ESPN LA app. Search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play. Download, then tap.
Listen live with one tap.
The all-new ESPN LA app. Get it now.
Ticket Thursday alert. Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, Billy Strings, and Sierra Hull. All live at the Hollywood Bowl for the Outlaw Music Festival on May 16th. Tickets are on sale now, but you can win yours right here. This Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA, we're hooking up listeners with 4 pairs of tickets to see these legendary artists take the stage. Tune in Thursday for your cue to call and win. The Outlaw Music Festival, May 16th. Willie, Dylan, Billy Strings, Sierra Hull. Presented by Live Nation. Don't miss it.
Well, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Oh, wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Mother's Day is coming up fast and you don't want to drop the ball. Show the incredible moms in your life how much you love and appreciate them with a thoughtful gift from Pro Flowers. Ordering takes just minutes, and Pro Flowers' large selection of modern arrangements at affordable prices are sure to make you look like a gift-giving pro. Visit proflowers.com/sports or use the code SPORTS at checkout for $15 off your Mother's Day order. All Pro Flowers orders are backed by our 7-day freshness guarantee, so you can gift easy with Pro Flowers.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now. Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap
right now. Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha. Hody, hody.
So you guys were talking about being sore this morning, and I'm very sore today because I had a doubleheader in kickball yesterday to make up for a rain out earlier in the season. And they're two very close games. Lost in the last inning, the first one by 1 run. Won the second one in the last inning by a run. So I had a walk-off, which is always fun. But where we play, there's like some trees that are over where you kick. There's like sometimes it'll pop up and it'll hit the tree and that's out or foul. But today, or yesterday, so someone from the other team kicks the ball and it lands in the tree and it will not come down. And so what ensued is like 5 minutes of very funny video of people trying to knock down this kickball with
How
other
high
kickballs.
in the air was it?
High enough.
Okay.
It's like again, there's something like they're missing the tree and it's funny. And then someone from their team had to climb the tree, try to get the ball out. Was successful, but I will never climb a tree ever and have never climbed a tree. I don't want to die. So you could climb a tree if you had to. There's something up there that you have to get down. You could climb a tree. Travis, fact or cap?
Fact. I could. When I was a kid, we had 2 big avocado trees in my backyard that were, 30, 40 feet high.
Yeah.
And my brother and I used to climb them all the time. Yeah. And once you.
But today, could you climb a tree? That's what I'm asking. You
Yes.
can climb a tree today.
Yes, I could. Okay. I have a phobia of heights and things like that, but for whatever reason, with trees, where there's enough branches and things, I feel like I can find footholds and all of that. Yes, I could do it. Real quick before you move to DeMarco, did you just have one ball? Could you not just keep the game going?
No, we had multiple balls, which is why me and my other friend were complaining. We were like, guys, let's just move on. Like, the ball can get stuck up there. But they were like, no, we got to get it down. I was like, this is wasting our time.
Is it one of those red rubber kickballs?
Yes.
They're like $10.
We literally had 6 kickballs available to us.
Yeah,
like,
just move on with
that
the
was
game.
part of the frustration was that I was like, let's move on with this game. I'm getting
Somebody was
getting too
OCD.
loose.
Yeah, they could not perform unless they got that down.
DeMarco.
Fact, I can climb a tree. You kind of have to as a dad, right?
I haven't climbed a tree in a long time, but yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have
I think
to.
that's one of those
if
things.
my kid gets stuck up there, I got to go up and get her.
How high? Because there may be a fire department call if they get near the top of the tree.
Too high, call 911. But if if it's 6 feet, 7 feet in the air, I got to get up there and get her. Yeah, I can climb a tree. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jorge?
Okay, yes, I can do roofs, walls, trees. I can do it all. But my question is, if you call the fire department, you're gonna get a bill for that, right? For them to help you come down from the tree.
No,
no. Because I know when
I don't know.
No, there's no bill.
I truly don't know.
Some places maybe.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you get charged for rescue. So like if someone has to go rescue you from something, you get charged for rescue.
The fire department will bill you?
I mean, they got to take your info.
Scenarios,
there
they
has to be
potentially
a firefighter listening to us right now.
Text my friend
Somebody
Frank.
reach out. 877-710-ESPN. If you have to go retrieve a cat out of the
I got a buddy that I got a neighbor.
the cat out of the tree. Does somebody get charged for that or not? Give us a call. 877-710-ESPN.
There's a place in Michigan called the Sleeping Bear Dunes where it's such a steep incline to the bottom that there's a sign at the top that says you will be charged $3,000 if we have to rescue you from here. So if you can't make it back up, don't do it at all. And because so many people get stuck, I'll send you guys a picture of how steep this place is. But people do it, I guess. So last night I was watching this show called The Rehearsal with Nathan Fielder. And if you know that show at all, you know exactly why I'm talking about it. It's the weirdest show I've ever watched. It's also probably maybe the most ingenious show that I've ever watched. But last night he had on it 2 people, and this is not a spoiler, that cloned their pet. That have used these like pet cloning technologies, etc. So you guys have all owned pets before? Everybody,
yes.
Jorge, have you?
Yeah.
Okay. So your beloved Fido passes away, sadly. You would clone your pet if you had the resources and the know-how. You would clone your pet. DeMarco, Patrick Cat.
God, would I clone my dogs? No, Cap. That would hurt. Wait a minute. Let me take that back. If I can get Caesar back, yeah, that's fact. I would. I'd clone my Great Dane. Caesar was awesome. I miss him. Yeah, I would clone my pet if I could. No doubt.
All right, Travis?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's fact for me, too.
Yeah.
That if you had something that you loved deeply like that and you were able to bring it back in virtually the same capacity, why not? I mean, it's kind of strange and surreal.
Sounds like the start of a bad movie.
It absolutely does, where the dog
Pet
is
Cemetery.
just 1% different. Only the 1% makes a huge difference. But yeah, if I had something that I cared about like that and I could not have to lose it, for sure.
My fireman buddy says no bill.
No bill.
No bill. They don't charge you.
It might be for certain things.
Okay,
maybe.
he said
Maybe
what?
not
He's asking me what city. Any?
That also, might be a different thing too.
Okay.
Jorge.
Fido Lice, nah. He ran away, so it is what it is. Like, we were moving, the door was left open, ran away.
Goodbye.
We never knew anything, and we're moving to a different house, bro. If you come back, we're not here. Peace. Later.
Where'd they go?
Sorry.
I mean, there's a million
Fido Lice.
versions of science fiction where you clone something, it's never the same before. You regret this because, it's like the bringing back from the dead, and then they can never have another life, etc. That it's rife for literary interpretation. One last one for you guys. This weekend on Saturday, Lady Gaga performed at the Copacabana Beach in Rio. And it was a free concert, and it turned out to be a record-breaking concert of the highest attended standalone concert in history, with the attendance of 2.5 million people.
That's crazy.
At this event. It was free. You can go whenever you want if you just find space, and it looked like people were having the time of their lives, but it also probably is very scary to be in that large group of people. So my statement is, you would want to be a part of this performance. Say, instead of in Brazil, it's here in LA, someplace that's big enough to host this many people, and it's free, and it's a great performer that maybe isn't your favorite performer, but it's up there. You would want to be a part of this history. Travis, Factor Cap.
Cap. Nope. No how.
Not a big crowd guy?
Nope. Like when we went to go cover the Dodger Parade.
Yeah.
And I had a great time.
Yes.
Like we had a really good time doing that. I was very apprehensive at the beginning of that day, and by the time it was over, I was in a good mood. I enjoyed it. I do not like being pinned in with a lot of people like that. It makes me wildly uncomfortable. And you notice as we did it, I always move my way to the back of the stack.
True.
Like, I did not like being in the middle of the stack. So, no. A, there's not a performer that I care enough about to do that. And B, even if it was like the World Series or something like that, in a similar setup, no way, no how.
So you're Cap. I'm Fact. Sure. I like it. I did. One of the biggest misses of my life was WrestleMania 3. They set a record, 93,000 inside the Silverdome.
Oh, in Detroit?
Yeah, and it just, I wanted to be there. I would love to be there for that sort of environment, but it's got to be something I'm really invested in and love. That would definitely matter to me. Yeah, fact.
Jorge?
Cap, I'm with Travis. I'm cool. There's no artist that I would do this for either. And we also got a call from Hall. He's on duty right now. He's a firefighter.
Yeah.
He says that, no, there's no charge if you need rescue. And he also told me to let you guys know that if you need help, if somebody is sick and you need somebody to see you, you can call the fire department. They can come and check you out, and there would be no
charge.
No charge.
There you go.
It might be like if you're at a hospital, then that's
different.
Separate.
Or an ambulance, so you need transportation, you're going to get charged for that. And by the way, Hall says he's a 710 listener, so
excellent.
Shout out to you, Hall.
Thank you, Hall. Thank you. That's good information. I've got a quick follow-up for you.
Good.
You said you're disappointed that you missed WrestleMania. You said they had
93,173. Yeah.
What if I told you that crowd was going to be 25 times larger than that? You still want to be in there?
If it's a big match, yes, I'm there. For that, I want to be there.
2.5 million people.
I'd be there for that. If I really cared, I'd be there.
Think about this. So I was trying to kind of visualize 2.5 million people. That would be like taking 25 Rose Bowls and stacking them end to end, full house. 25 of them in a row.
Wow.
That's 2.5 million people. Rose Bowl holds roughly 100,000.
That's a lot of people.
25 of them, and you are in the middle of that. Hard pass.
Just don't put Canelo in the main event.
Factor Cap is brought to you by the Law Office of Joseph S. Normand. You have many choices in your legal team, but family always comes first. Call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. You can go online at normandlegal.com. If you are hurt in an accident, if you want to know what your rights are, if you want to get the most out of your case, call Joe, 213-747-2000. Another Dodger pitcher struggling a little bit. That's coming up next. It's Trav. It's DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining. Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Next Gen, the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. Spring is here, and that means it's time for a fresh start. Did you know indoor air can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air? Dust, allergens, and pollutants build up in your ductwork and circulate through your home and can affect your family's health. Next Gen is offering ESPN LA listeners a special spring cleaning deal to help you enjoy cleaner, safer air all season long. For a limited time, homeowners can redeem a whole home air purifier, a $1,250 value, free with any whole home duct system replacement. That's right, remove dust, allergens, and pollutants so you and your family can breathe cleaner, healthier air every day of the week. They're there for you 7 days a week with 5-star service because your family's safety and comfort are always a top priority. Don't wait. Call 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN today to start breathing cleaner, safer air tomorrow.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXTGEN.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Are you ready for the NFL season? The schedule release is coming, and we know the best place to get your tickets this year. My friends at Vivid Seats. They're seriously legit, and you earn rewards on every purchase. That's basically free football games. When that schedule hits, don't wait around. For the best selection and all the great deals, head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in your game days now.
Get a taste of that winning feeling before the buzzer even sounds with ESPN Bet's early victory promo. Simply place a pregame moneyline bet on any NBA playoff game, and if the team you back goes up by 20 or more points at any point in the game, you get paid out early. Available throughout the NBA playoffs at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
All right, I raised you.
You raised me what?
Not a competition to see if you know all the hockey logos.
Okay.
If I showed you a logo of a team, you would know what team that is.
In the NHL?
In the NHL.
Yes.
And you were like hands down. What about all sports?
The major four, I would get everyone
like
right.
Domestic sports,
Yes.
not
Yeah.
EPL.
Well, for
cricket.
him, I'd have to go global.
No,
Yeah.
I know. Once you get into something that's not the NBA, the NFL, Major League Baseball, or NHL, there's many. I don't know. Like, for instance, the WNBA.
Okay, might be lost.
I would know the Sparks and none of the others.
I think you'd know more than you think.
Only if there were context clues.
Yeah, like
in
Atlanta.
the logo.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the Atlanta team for
I
the
have
WNBA?
no idea.
Okay.
What is the Atlanta team?
The Dream.
The Dream. Okay.
Or
See?
the Washington.
No idea.
So that should be homework for this show.
Like if there was a Statue of Liberty on the logo, I would assume that would be
New York Liberty.
Yeah. But
I was like, Liberty is the name.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah. Could you do MLS?
Yeah.
Every logo?
Possibly, yeah.
We're going to do this on video. We're going to test. We're going to do money.
I could do Portland, LAFC, and Galaxy.
That's it? Okay.
That's it.
This will be fun.
Yeah.
Test your sports knowledge. Your stickers. Do you know your helmets?
I know my stickers.
You know
I
your
my
stickers?
I know my stickers.
I think Travis would wipe the floor with us on collegiate teams, though.
Oh, like mascots?
You're very good at that.
I'm good at mascots, but if you showed me logos, I might struggle a little bit.
You're good at mascots? What the hell is a Chanticleer then?
It's a rooster.
It's a chicken?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know
rooster.
that.
It's like a gamecock.
Oh, makes sense. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a fighting rooster.
Yeah, fighting. I never had the guts to ask. Yeah.
Here's a classic question I asked my sisters. What's a Hokie?
I don't know the answer.
What
to
is
that.
a
I
Hokie?
am, is what they say.
Is it a real
And
thing?
it makes me so mad.
Is a Hokie a real thing?
Their mascot is like a turkey. No, a Hokie is not a real thing.
Okay.
But their mascot's like a turkey.
Okay.
That's great.
But whenever asked, what's a Hokie?
That's like when somebody said, well, what the hell's a gaucho? It'd be like your worst nightmare. That's what it is.
That's almost as bad as
we were the Mounties. What's a Mountie?
That's a Canadian cop. The Mountie.
Yeah. See? Yeah. I mean, they all come from somewhere.
But was it maybe like a mountaineer? Is that the full name of it?
Yeah,
That's
like
someone who climbs mountains.
Yeah.
I thought a mountaineer was a guy that is stuck in the mountains somewhere. He's a mountaineer. He
Well,
lives
a
in the mountain.
mountaineer is a mountain climber.
Yeah.
A mountaineer is a climber?
Yes.
So what's a person that lives in the mountains? I thought that was a
mountain
mountaineer.
A hillbilly?
dweller?
A mountain dweller?
Yes.
A mountain man?
A
Okay.
mountain man?
Mountain man, okay.
Yes.
A mountaineer is a climber. Okay.
I believe they're called Sons of the Soil now.
Sons of the Soil. That's a name for a team.
Primary bedroom.
Yes.
Yes. Precisely. All right. I had a thought. You say things to me every once in a while, DeMarco, that kind of they go in and I take them in. I'm like, nah, that doesn't make any sense. And then they kind of grow roots in my brain, and I start to think of them a little longer. I'm like,
What happened?
This is what happened. So the Dodgers are just doing what they do, where they're cycling through pitchers. They've had more starting pitchers than anybody in baseball. They've had more bullpen innings than anybody in baseball. They're just going through guys as fast as you can go through them. Basically, they're still playing lights out. They're really, really good, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's not like it's costing them games. However, Shohei Ohtani has not thrown a pitch for this team yet this year, or in his career as a member of the Dodgers. He's reportedly on track to come back for them at some point in the second half of the season. Okay. Whether that means in July, August, but they expect him to be ready to pitch, assuming no setbacks, sometime in the second half towards the end of the season. Do they have to do this? And in other words, I keep coming back to they've been able to kind of ham and egg a rotation. They did it. They won the World Series with basically two starting pitchers last year. It was basically Yamamoto and Flaherty, and we'll figure it out after there, right? Ohtani is so valuable as an offensive player. He is so unique in the value that he brings to your team, not just being in the lineup every day, but just the value that he brings to your team economically. Do you risk not having him at all by putting him on the mound? Because if his arm, and I know that we've seen him hurt his arm and he still hits, but there is a scenario where his arm gets injured and he can't play at all. And do you risk, and again, it's probably a smaller, but every single guy that they've run out there has gone down, either this year or in previous years. That's just the way that pitching in general goes. Do you introduce additional risk with Ohtani, or do you just say, you know what? You're going to be our DH. We're going to teach you to play the outfield or wherever it is, and we're not even going to bother with the pitching stuff anymore. Is that a conversation being held in the back room somewhere?
I'm a little weird. I come from a different background where I need to pack guys in ice because I don't want them to get hurt.
Yeah.
And if you get hurt, you lose them. But if this was Little League baseball and Blake Snell said, I can't throw because my arm is sore, could I put him someplace else?
In Little League?
In Little League. Could
Put
he
him at
still be
first
effective?
base?
Right. Could he still be effective at the plate?
Probably.
I'm assuming the same thing for Ohtani. If he hurts his arm or his shoulder or his elbow pitching, does that mean I lose him at the plate?
It hasn't in the past, but that doesn't mean it's not a possibility moving forward.
How big of a possibility? Like risk
25%? No, less than that. Much less than that.
Oh, then I'd go ahead and pitch him.
You go ahead and pitch him?
Because of the novelty of it all, because I want to see him pitch. That would be great for the Dodgers.
Yes,
and you may need him. You never know. His contribution on the mound could be necessary.
If you need him, I think the conversation changes. If, let's say, we fast forward and it's September 1st, and the Dodgers are first, they're going to make the playoffs, et cetera, which they are. But Yamamoto's down. Snell hasn't bounced back in the way that you're hoping, and your rotation's kind of held together. You got a Tony Gonsolin, a Dustin May,
and he's the best available starter.
And you just don't have that murderer's row of pitchers that you were hoping to have. Then sure,
that's
we
what
need
I'm
him
paying
to go
him
win the
for.
World Series. But
right.
What if what if Yamamoto's cruising? What if Sasaki really starts to blossom? What if May and Gonsolin are both healthy? What if Blake Snell looks like $1 million? What if imagine this: Tyler Glasnow's healthy to go at the end of the line, and you've got all of these guys. At that point, do you say, I don't know?
I would hope not. If everything's going well, I still have to pitch him just because he's a Dodger, and no one's seen it just yet.
Yeah.
But I hope it's not necessary, and I don't need him to pitch well.
Okay, but with that in mind, if we can win the World Series and completely eliminate the risk of him having a arm injury, not that he couldn't get, he got hurt running the bases last year, right? So you can't take it off the board completely, but I can have the best DH in baseball, a guy that's a threat on the bases, a guy that runs really well, or we can pitch him as well as having those things and cross our finger and hope that nothing happens.
If I didn't have to, I wouldn't. I got that from Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Barry says he has a chance to be the best hitter in the game. I'm going to listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
So if pitching him takes away from that, then no. But if I could slip him out there every now and then, just for fun, sure.
Probably
go
comes
pitch.
down to whether they need him or not,
Yeah.
right? Whether or not they really need that. Because right now, if the
and
playoffs...
if I make the World Series and he pitches well, I'm definitely giving him a game there.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, once you take the brakes off of him, we're
Go.
in.
Yeah.
We're going for it.
Right.
But if the playoffs were starting tomorrow, okay, you got Yamamoto and Sasaki, May, who's been kind of hit and miss, and Gonsolin, who's pitched once after a year and a half on the rack. They're kind of thin. But if all of a sudden Snell is back, Glasnow is back, and those other guys continue to perform, Kershaw is back, there's going to be options later that aren't here right now.
You know, if we're Dave, we're sitting there with Dave, and we're trying to figure out who's going to pitch. You got some injuries, some guys healthy, some guys that have been used a lot, and it comes down to Shohei is our best available option. Go. He's a professional baseball player. This is what we're paying him to do. But if not, why?
Who wins
Leave
the
him at the
face-off?
plate.
Who wins the face-off of the Dodgers, and put that however you want, whether that's Dave Roberts, Andrew Friedman, Mark Walter, all of them, some of them, whatever it is, saying, we believe it's in the best interest of this team to have you play every single day, full space, as our designated hitter / outfield guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Shohei's like, yeah, cool. I don't want to do that. I want to pitch.
I think they win.
You do?
I do think they win. He might not like it. I don't think he's going to complain that much. That's not in his character, I don't think.
No, I don't think so either.
But I think they would win because they're paying.
Do you want to displease him?
No, but they're paying him.
Yeah.
It's not the other way around. We're
Yeah.
paying you to do this, and we
Yeah.
can decide how to use you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't like it.
Because and the reason I'm asking, and we can pick this up and continue the conversation on the other side. There's a lot of decisions that seem to have been made or might be made based on, I just want to give it a shot, that are not necessarily in the best interest of the team at whole. We'll get into that coming up next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Shohei had his baby, so if I was UCLA, I'm dead serious about this.
Right.
I would offer Shohei's baby a full athletic scholarship right now.
Just for the PR?
You don't even know what he's going to be good at because his wife is a basketball player. So it doesn't matter
We
just
won't
here.
even specify the sport.
Right.
Here's a full ride.
Yeah.
It's yours if you want it.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Protect your home and auto with a bundle from Progressive so you can stop worrying about them and invent new things to worry about, like snakes in your bedroom. Sure, that sounds incredibly irrational, but now that we've mentioned it, you are a little worried. The odds of one snake, let alone snakes plural, are so slim. But you might want to check. Oh, you're not near your bedroom. Guess you'll just have to sit there and worry about it. So let Progressive protect your home and auto, because you've got enough to worry about. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hey, it's Mace. Want a new game to get excited about? Check out Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. It's free to play, no strings attached. Enjoy social casino games like bingo, slingo, and slots and more with new releases every week, whether you're at home or on the go. Play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Get started today at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it.
Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
You can't say that.
Yes, I can.
You cannot say that. That's not fair. That's not fair to Mookie Betts.
No, it has nothing to do with Mookie Betts. It has everything to do with the rest of the team.
But you're saying that you're on par with Mookie Betts.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that's how good the Dodgers are. You could put me at shortstop, and after 162 games, I could go 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts every night. I could make an error a night
You'd
at
give
shortstop.
up the world at shortstop. Come on.
Yeah, but we'd still win way more than we'd lose because everybody else is great.
But Mookie's not giving up the world at short. He's just
No, he's not.
Okay, so what is your issue with Mookie at short?
It's not, that he's not very good at it is the kind of the crux of it.
Okay, well, how do you quantify? Because
I watch them play every night.
Will you stop that?
Well, I mean, you're asking the questions, and I'm giving you the answers.
It has not affected him at the plate. He's still swinging a hot bat.
He got hot of late. He's swinging the bat a lot better.
And they're in first place,
They
so
are.
he hasn't killed him in the field either.
No, those two things are not mutually exclusive.
He hasn't killed him in the.
He's not killing them in the field. He's not a good shortstop. All of the advanced metrics will tell you he's not a good shortstop. He is
With
not,
the glove.
He is right.
Yeah,
He
okay.
is not a guy that is preventing a bunch of runs there. He is very, very average, and quite frankly, he's not average. He's a little bit below that. He's fine over the course of a season, but whether or not he's good enough to play that cleanly through the place, errors happen. I know you could have Ozzie Smith could make an error. I understand that, but he's a 6-time Gold Glove outfielder. That's where he's best positioned defensively. And the reason we're kind of talking about this is the Dodgers seem to make some decisions that. What was the phrase you used for McVay? No favors.
He doesn't get favors. Yes.
Is it a favor that Clayton Kershaw is on this team?
Okay, so the difference is contracts in baseball.
Yeah.
What you sign for is what you get. So if this were football, he'd be cut by now.
Okay. I agree with you, and I think that's. But the fact that they did it again, brought him back, they're being patient with him coming back. There's that. Okay, he's still here past the point of him being a highly effective guy where they seem to have maximized things everywhere else. This seems to a place where they're kind of like, okay, whatever. And if it were just Clayton Kershaw, no big deal. Kershaw's legend, keep him around. He's earned it, et cetera, et cetera.
He's an example of what a Dodger is.
100% agree.
Yeah,
Mookie Betts just woke up one morning and said, I'd like to play shortstop. And the Dodgers like, yeah, cool, let's do that. That seems odd to me. That's a decision that I think was initiated by the player rather than the team going to him and saying, hey, what if we try something like that?
So that's my only other argument is I'm sure, look, as soon as you start hurting us, we're going to have to move you. And if you have the best record in baseball and you're hot like the Dodgers have been, he's not killing you there.
But
it's not affecting him at the plate.
Again, I'm going to say it again. Those two things are not mutually exclusive. They are so good in so many places. Like, and I'll use a terrible football analogy, that we have a guy on our team that would be a all-pro left tackle. He decided he wanted to play linebacker this year, so we're going to let him do it. It's like,
dang,
okay,
like that?
Now, we're still got a good
crazy.
defense.
Yeah.
We're still got a good defense. We're still scoring a ton of points. Are the left tackle we have out here right now, he's okay. He's getting through it. We're doing it. But we're doing this just because we're going to do it.
We're going to try it because he wants
would like to try it. It's like, okay, you could still win, but this at some point could be not a great idea.
Champagne problem that you can do this and still be good. Yes.
And so put that together with the question that I was asking earlier about Ohtani pitching. And and again, I think they want him to pitch. I think that the fact that they signed him to that contract that they did, despite that he just had another arm injury, that even if he didn't pitch, they were 100% comfortable with it, right? they don't have to have him in the rotation right now. By the time we get to the end of the season, it could be very different. They may need that arm, but there seem to be a lot of decisions that are made that are more player driven necessarily than front office driven. Like Kershaw,
definitely
Betts,
Mookie,
Ohtani.
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you this: how much are they paying him total?
Mookie?
No, Shohei.
$700
million. If he doesn't pitch, is he worth $700 million at the plate?
Yes.
Just that alone.
Yes.
Okay, then there you go. Then he doesn't have to pitch.
Yeah,
for me, unless I really need him to.
Do you mean is he worth it as far as like on a balance sheet, or just from I'm paying $700 million for a designated hitter?
I'm paying $700 million for a DH.
He would have to continue to be what he's doing for that to be true.
You've got to be,
but
yeah.
He even if as he starts to decline, and he will because everybody does, his value, the balance sheet, right? You're in the black by God knows how many hundreds of millions because of what he's bringing in. So we'll overpay a little here to collect even more over there.
At some point, I'm going to have to let him pitch, and I'm gonna need him to pitch at some point. Could be this year, but need him to pitch to win a World Series? I don't think that's the case.
We'll see. At this time last year, if I would have said to you, oh, by the way, we're going to throw a bullpen game in arguably the biggest game, Game 4 of the DS. We're going to do what? We're going to throw bullpen games in the World Series. Wait, we're going to throw bullpen games in the CS.
So bullpen game or Shohei?
No. Oh. I'm saying last year.
Oh, yeah.
At the beginning of May, you'd have been, oh, no, that's not going to be true. We're going to have this, and this. And then, sure enough, a guy that wasn't even on your team at this point a year ago, Jack Flaherty, is taking the ball in big games.
Right.
Walker Buehler, who was awful, is taking the ball in big games all of a sudden. Like the only guy who was good and then was still good at the end was Yamamoto. Everything else was either on a different team or unsurprised. So they don't need it today. It doesn't mean they might not need it.
No, I got you. And if he could have pitched last year, you would have used him in the World Series.
Well, we were talking about it.
You would have absolutely.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
That's the other thing with Shohei. You asked me who wins that battle. If he does the TO thing and starts warming up in his driveway and invites the media over. And you said, no, Shohei's not pitching, and then you see him actually pitching and he looks good, you lose.
Because baseball is kind of a weird cultural thing here, but that's fascinating. What if in the NLCS, you're down to nobody? You've shot every bullet you have, and Shohei is just not, and then all of a sudden you see him jog down to the bullpen.
Yeah. I could see that happening.
And Dave Roberts, it's like, yeah, he's been saying he's not going to pitch. He's not going to, and there he goes.
I could see it
And
happening.
he decided to go down there by himself, and he heats up, and he says, I'm ready to go in when you want to put me in.
Right.
And after the game, hey, why did you go warm up? Because I was ready to pitch.
I was ready to go now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. At some point, you owe it to the Dodger fans to let Shohei pitch, to let them see him pitch.
Sure.
That kind of completes the Superman arc.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Look, I want to see it.
Me too.
I desperately want to see it.
Yeah.
But there's that investment protection gear that kind of kicks in.
Of course, but that's the last, I think, marquee moment in Los Angeles. That's the only thing we haven't seen.
From him?
From anybody. We've seen LeBron. We've seen Stafford, Cup. We haven't seen Shohei pitch. We're going to be talking about that for a week straight.
Outside of the Angels.
Pitch here for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
When he takes the mound in L.A., that's going to be the biggest thing here.
It will. Yeah.
It will overshadow anything else going on when Shohei takes the mound for the first time in a Dodger uniform.
Yeah, it will be a big deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it'll be a big deal. And then it's, how did it look?
Right.
And where
that's
do you
the
go
other
from
part.
there?
Right.
And, yeah. Now, what they do have right now is the guy who's probably the best pitcher in the National League right now. So here are some numbers for Yamamoto. And this kind of goes back to the what do you need and what can you do? Those two things aren't necessarily lining up. If you did a vote, he probably wins the Cy Young today, or he's in the top 2 or 3. He is 4th in wins, which are but he's very close to the top. He's number 1 in ERA. It's under 1. It's 0.90. He's 4th in WHIP and just a fraction out of the top there at 0.93. He's 5th in the league in strikeouts, and he's 15th in the league in innings pitched, and he's very close to the top. So there's not one category that he pitched again on Friday night against the Braves, and the Braves are a good team, and he just murdered them.
Yeah.
Just absolutely shut them down. Last year, he missed basically 3 months with an arm injury, shoulder. Let's assume that he's pretty healthy just throughout the year. Do you manage him at all differently if he's in a Cy Young push? Because it's a great individual accolade for him to become the first Japanese pitcher to win a Cy Young, to become another Dodger Cy Young Award winner, which they've had a lot of. But I wonder if it doesn't kick his value as an international business machine through the roof and what they could generate over there. That does the individual honor become the thing equal to trying to win the World Series? Or is the World Series always at the top of the stack?
There hasn't been a Cy Young out of Japan?
I'm going by memory here, but I don't believe so.
Whatever's left of the island that you don't own, you got it now.
Yeah.
If you take him and he becomes a Cy Young Award winner here on a good team, a first place team that's headed to the World Series. That should be a concerted effort by the Dodgers to make that happen. So that's why I asked you. They're going to move him to 5 days?
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
You don't like that?
I don't think it matters. I don't think the idea of 6-man rotation, 5-man rotation, 6 days off, 5 days off, I don't like it or dislike. Nobody takes the ball every 5th day for 6 months anymore.
But if he's on a Cy Young heater.
Nobody. It's 2 extra starts a year. What difference does it make?
Let him go.
Well, that's the question.
Yeah.
I do think you let him go, but just let him go on whatever's most comfortable for him. To try to accelerate it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Let him pitch until he's uncomfortable.
Okay.
And when he gets uncomfortable, let's back down.
Let's back off a little bit.
Let's take some time. Like last year, he missed half the season. It's a long time.
What's wrong with going to 5 days for a while and then back him off if he gets sore?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
Nothing. But again, it's like I get stuck in this too. Think about, well, are they on this? Nobody pitches a full season anymore. Do we want to spread it out every 5th day or every 6th day? What's the difference? To me, there isn't any. Do we want to have him pitch like he's been pitching right now, shut him down for 30 days just to try to
I would
refresh
like not to. I mean, why? He's not throwing 100. He
close.
can, but he's pitching his butt off.
No, he's great.
That's what I'm saying. Why can't he pitch all year?
And I swear I'm not doing anything because nobody does that anymore. Everybody gets hurt.
Until somebody does it.
Not very many guys do it.
Okay, well, I mean, I thought with the way he pitches and how he pitches and his pitch mix, he's a guy that can do it.
He missed half the year last year.
Okay.
He didn't miss a couple of starts. He missed half the season.
I want to see it. Because the Dodgers would have a Cy Young Award pitcher.
Sure.
That would be awesome. That would help you win another World Series.
It might.
But to be the first in Japan to do it, I want to see that too.
Yeah, just the idea of this is a guy that has never played this much to coming off a season where he played half of a season, now a full. And if it gets to that point where, hey, I could use a couple weeks off or I can keep that Cy Young, that's where it gets a little tricky.
What if he wins because he wins the Cy Young? So you got one, and then you got Roki watching him.
Yeah.
So you might get 2 out of it. Not this year, but just down the road if he sees it. Something else to shoot for.
Roki has a really, and this is not a criticism of Roki at all. This is a check in Yamamoto's column of being awesome. He's got a long way to go to be Yamamoto. Yamamoto's that good. Roki Sasaki is a very talented young player who may or may not become a great player. Time will tell. Mm-hmm. Yamamoto is a great player, period, sentence, paragraph. Finished product, major league product, Japanese league product. That dude is the real thing. No qualifiers.
Okay. I agree with everything you said, except you could play shortstop for the Dodgers. No way.
If you hit it right
you
to
would
me,
be the black
I would
hole.
catch the ball. Unless it was hit hard, then I'd get out of the way.
Travis, you would duck.
I don't think I'd have time to duck. I'd like open gate that thing. I'd let it go right by. I'm pretty good at self-preservation.
No doubt. Yes,
that
sir.
Ball gets hit pretty hard. I'm not getting anywhere near there. J.J. Redick, does he need to dial it back just a little bit over the course of 82 games? That's coming up in just a little bit. Plus, a reminder to listen all week to our show, The Trav and DeMarco Show, for your chance to win $100 and gift cards to Islands Restaurant. Call 877-710-ESPN right now, and caller number 7 will win. Make sure to try their new $10 protein bowls available for only a limited time. Listen all this week, 9 to noon on 710 ESPN. Caller number 7 wins a $100 gift card to Islands right now, 877-710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
So I'm running down one of these sidelines, and I get slapped on the ass.
Oh, really?
If you see me running around, you slap me on the ass, and you're not somebody I know, we're going to have a problem.
Oh, really? You might throw hands.
Well, I don't know about throw hands, but I'll call those redcoats.
Oh, really?
Be like, that guy slapped me on the ass.
Oh, you're going to be like LeBron? You're going to kick fans out now?
Yeah.
Sedano and Cap is next at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Clogged drain? No problem. Call Next Gen today to book your $88 drain cleaning. That's right. For just $88, you'll receive a professional drain cleaning to keep your home flowing smoothly all season long. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN for your $88 drain cleaning.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Right now, the Home Depot has spring deals under $20. So no matter what you're working on, the deals are blooming at the Home Depot with savings on plants, flowers, soil, and more. Then light up your outdoor space with Hampton Bay string lights. Was $34.97, now only $19.99. And get the grill going with 2 16-pound bags of Kingsford charcoal. Was $19.98, now only $17.88. Don't miss spring deals under $20 now through May 7th at the Home Depot. Subject to availability, valid on select items only.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends? You buy around for the bar.
Yeah.
Luca did that with parking. I thought that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
What are they saying, Jorge?
I guess it's like slang in, Puerto Rico. Like gasolina is like, you
I know
get
that part,
fired up.
but what's he saying?
It's just, you just got to get her fired up. You just got to get fired up. You got to get, hyped, basically.
Yeah, this was
it's
the
just
club
a hype
banger.
song. Yeah.
Woo, yeah, buddy. Yes.
There was this song reminds me of this, and you just said club banger too. So I'm making my way through season 3 of White Lotus.
Yeah,
and they just went to that like full moon island thing where that
which is real. It happens every month. There's a full moon party in Thailand.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a full moon party in Thailand,
and it was like something out of my worst nightmare.
There's a part of me that really wants to go, and there's the other part that's like, no, stay away.
That music, flashing lights, dancing, heat, sweat, drugs, alcohol. Like
Thailand.
Yeah.
I'm going to need the lights to be really bright.
A lot going on.
Yeah, I don't want dark. I want
no,
bright.
it was dark.
Yeah.
It was dark with a lot of glowing goblets of God knows what.
I just
the
want to
yacht's
see
not
everything.
much better, Travis.
No, the yacht, I don't do boats. That boat, like, I'd like to do a boat as long as I could conceivably fall off the edge and swim to the shore.
Okay.
That's as far as...
Not die.
If I can't see the land, or even if I could, like, put it this way, I can see Catalina from my neighborhood, right? I know I can't swim that far.
Right.
So I need to be within, I don't know, 200
like
yards.
climbing a tree.
So
yeah.
both go in White Lotus. You would like that.
If it were docked in the marina, yes.
Not like it's a full, very expensive yacht. You would not be okay if it's out in the water.
Do you not remember what they said when they were getting on Titanic?
Oh,
Sure.
Unsinkable
ship like this?
Travis,
That's what you think.
There was definitely land around where they were going.
I don't know.
But I was more hinting at the things that happened on the boat.
I like a good time, but I do not need to be at sea having a good time.
Debauchery in Thailand. Yeah. Keep the lights on.
The White Lotus has a specific kind of debauchery that is quite interesting.
Let's keep the lights on. Yeah.
Yeah. It's. You know, Emily, it's kind of your fault that you didn't tell me about this show sooner, that I might have liked it.
I know, it's
sounds like you're
totally
into it.
my fault.
Sounds like you're really into it.
I like it a lot.
That's good.
No,
okay.
DeMarco, the joke is I've been telling him about it for 3 years. Since
and you're
the
finally
show has
getting in on it?
premiered
Okay.
3 years ago.
You know, I like to take my time before I
see you. Yeah.
But you've really been binging it.
I have.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it. They're despicable people and bad things happen.
Start Game of Thrones with me.
Okay.
We've already tried to do it for Travis.
We'll do it.
Have you tried? Have you started any of it?
2 episodes.
And
the guy I thought was the star died in like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Wait,
like what are we doing here?
Who do you think was the star?
Well, I mean, he was a star. Sean Bean.
He doesn't die in 30 minutes, DeMarco. He dies at the end of the first season.
Well, that was early. I thought that was the guy. That's
The
why
whole
I'm tuning in for him.
Oh my God!
And
The
he's
whole
dead.
first season
Wait
is
a minute.
Ned Stark, and then Ned Stark dies at the end of
And
the
then
first
the
season.
other dude, Jason Momoa. I'm like, okay, this is good. I can
He
get into
dies
this.
pretty quick.
Barbarian dead. What the heck, man?
The only thing I know about Game of Thrones is that everybody's eligible to die in every episode.
Everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they always bring up The Sopranos. The same 5 people I like made it to the end. That's what dragged me through the entire season. You kill everybody else, but not the stars.
DeMarco, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
You did not watch 2 episodes if you've seen Ned Stark die.
I mean, he's dead. I'm watching
You got
the show
far
for
enough
him.
to see him die.
And he's
no,
dead.
you didn't, because it's the
dead.
end of the first season.
And then how they killed him. Like, are you serious? This is the show?
They
Yeah.
poisoned
They poisoned him?
No, they didn't poison him.
Dragon.
He is publicly
Broadsword?
executed because
Guillotine?
he is taking. Okay. This is real.
You're getting
DeMarco, so you watched like episode 1.
I was in horror. I'm like, are you serious? This is it? Oh, okay.
So you watched episode 13 of season 1.
I'm like, this show will never make it a year. And then all of a sudden it keeps going, right? Yeah. So maybe watch it with me. We'll get into it.
Am I being punked?
No, I never got. And when it became popular, I was so far behind. I just let it go.
Yeah. All of the prestige TV stuff. I don't know if I've watched any of it in real time as it's happening, other than Sopranos.
Breaking Bad.
Nope. Got to it years after it was over.
Sons of Anarchy.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. Okay.
Good.
Mad Men, you got on late.
Late.
Yeah.
Season 3 and Sons of Anarchy is kind of
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Fun
Cool,
show.
whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Mad Men late. Americans late.
White Lotus late.
White Lotus, like all of the.
I was
Succession late.
Walking
like
Dead.
all of these.
I was
Veep
into.
late.
Wore out. I just got tired. Lost. I was into. Got tired. I'm done.
Tulsa King, you asked me about that earlier. What happened?
I'm on season 7. I love
Tulsa
it.
King
Or
is
not
not in the
season
same
7.
conversation as all these.
Episode 7. I love it. The more I can get of that show, the better. And I can't wait for Landman season 2 to come out.
I was on that one in real time.
Yeah. See, me too.
Ish.
See.
And
Yes.
you got on Succession in enough time to watch the final season live.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but I had to catch up in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did see it unfold in real time. Is
I'm
there going to be
still
more White Lotus?
Yes.
I'm sure.
They're just not. It's probably gonna be another year or so.
White Lotus, Newport Beach.
So what? Okay. So the co-producer was on Bill Simmons, and he talked about like the different locations. Basically, they're gonna choose a four seasons somewhere in the world. They don't want it at the beach, so it's not a beach location. And it also probably won't be cold. So people are trying to say it's going to be like a cold Lotus, like somewhere in the mountains, like Jackson Hole, or like somewhere in the Alps. But Mike White does not like cold, so he's not going to choose to go on vacation / work in the cold.
What if you did something like Vegas? It's not the beach. It's not cold. It's exotic, and it looks pretty on TV.
Sounds like it belongs there.
Vegas could be interesting, but I do think that they're trying to be not domestic.
Okay.
Like Monaco, though.
New Orleans.
I
know it's domestic, but
Yeah.
you talk about weird stuff.
And
man.
it has to have a
Voodoo.
4 seasons. So I'm sure
Okay.
there's 4 seasons there.
I'm almost positive there is.
Okay.
I'm
'Cause
almost positive.
I think
I know there is in Vegas.
Yeah, I think it's going to be somewhere out of the beach, out of 4 seasons.
All right, I want to play this for you. This is from former ESPNer Bomani Jones, and he's talking about J.J. Redick and his personality traits that may or may not translate over the course of a full 82-game season.
He is not built to be a coach in a sport that plays 82 regular season games and then has playoff series. He's simply wound too tight. He stormed out of the press conference before the game. JJ was on ESPN for that year or two. And what really got people charged up about him is that he was getting up there and he was sassing Stephen A. Smith. And he was sass Kendrick Perkins. People that many viewers would love to see get sassed by somebody, let alone this particular guy, right? Now, it's funny because this is a guy that we all, not all, but most of us got introduced to in a context that led to hating him. I actually liked him when he was in college, but a plurality of the population, I would say, hated J.J. Redick. But his game is not being warm and cuddly and likable. His game is being a jerk. It's just a matter of whether or not it's the jerk that you like. That is not a persona that works well as the public face of an NBA franchise. What in this cycle changes? Nothing in this cycle changes. Either he is going to figure out how to deal with people better, or he will not be long for this job, no matter how good he is at it. Because a big part of this job is not just about winning games. It's how you hold it down when you don't.
Interesting. I didn't like JJ in college either. I hardly like anybody from Duke. Do you?
Not particularly.
Yeah. I don't know if this is going to affect him long term, but storming out of the press conference, is that the one where Reggie Miller had to calm him down?
I think that is the impetus for this comment, is that he reacted poorly to a question about, are you going to lean more on your assistant coaches?
Assistants.
Yeah.
That's the storming off?
I think that is what he's referring to in this moment.
I remember when it happened, and I thought that maybe we didn't talk about it, or maybe it didn't warrant discussion.
We talked about it briefly.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, we were more focused on the game than anything.
Look, I don't know if I agree with the premise of this. And the premise of this is that we disliked him as a player, which I think is true.
Oh my God.
I'm with you on that. I think that he's a white guy from Duke, so that okay.
But I like Bobby Hurley.
But most people, like Bomani said, the plurality of people are like, nah, that's not my guy. He played a certain style of basketball in the NBA that was not warm and fuzzy and cuddly. He's a grinder,
all
right?
elbows.
So I get that. I did not get the sense, and he said, as the public face of a team, you can't be a jerk. I didn't get the sense that he was jerky.
He's a little snarky. He's a little snarky.
He's not warm and cuddly, but I also never got the sense that he was Dan Hurley either. Like there feels like there's something short. There's a lot of ground in between jerk and what he is. He's not going to make everybody crack up in a press conference. He's very intense. He's very deliberate and purposeful. But I don't get the sense that he's curt or rude or short or dismissive.
No, but I get the feeling that he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah,
and it comes across sometimes. Like when he answers questions, it seems like he's giving you a look like, this is the dumbest question, but I'm going to give you an answer anyway because I like you.
To the untrained eye.
Yeah. This is kind of stupid the way you said it, but I'll just answer it because I'm a nice guy.
I don't think, but okay, yes, I agree with you. But I don't think that will serve him poorly in the long term as a coach if he's mildly condescending to the media.
No.
If he's condescending to his players, that's a totally different thing. And I've never gotten the sense that the players are rolling their eyes at this guy. Like if his vibe is, I'm the smartest guy in the room and you dummies don't get it to the players, that's a problem. If it's you dummies don't get it to guys like you and me, and then whatever.
Yeah, that's different. I don't think that's going to curtail him from being a good coach. And we saw him blow up on his own players and they responded the right way.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that part's fine. And maybe Bomani just missed a little bit. But if the question about leaning on his assistants, that came because you played the same five guys for an entire half. And we still haven't got a good answer to that just yet. But if your answer was to get up and storm off to that sort of question, then he's right. Because they're going to criticize what you do. And you have to back it up.
For sure.
Yeah.
But your worst reaction, I don't think, is necessarily who you are. We all have bad reactions. We all have better react. Like, it's that old adage, you don't want to be judged on your worst day or your best or your worst day.
True.
Right? But we're somewhere in between. Like, if somebody took a video of any of us at the moment where we're angry, we're going to look like you-know-whats. We're going to look like bad guys that can't control our emotions, that respond. And so he had a bad reaction in this moment. Yes, perhaps he did. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't react appropriately way more often than not.
First time he's been in a lose or die situation as a coach.
Yeah.
Give him a pass. I mean, that's a bit much there. But just, for me, go Gino Auriemma. If you get that sort of question, then you talk for 25 minutes to that guy.
Yeah.
You don't get up and walk off and let that guy think you got the best of him. You know what I'm saying?
Or you like word salad it, kind of like how Belichick used to do at times, where he
Yes.
would just kind of talk about the minutia of whatever that question was, enough that it kind of lulls that reporter into sleep.
I thought he should have kept going with it. Like, why are you asking me, am I leaning on my assistants? Do you think I'm not qualified? Ask that question.
Yeah.
Keep going. Don't get up and leave.
I think he did ask, like, would you say that to someone who wasn't a rookie head coach? But I do want to say that JJ and Plinka and Luca all got dinner this past weekend at Craig's downtown. So maybe, I think it would require a heart-to-heart, I think, with some of these players. Maybe when you're someone that comes off as what JJ sometimes comes off as, when you lose, might take a little bit of time of smoothing over.
Oh, yeah. I like the fact he's having dinner with Luca, though.
Sure.
Yeah, what are you ordering over there?
He'll take that with no butter.
Yeah. No bread.
It's like the kale salad, hold the dressing.
Would you guys like bread? No.
No.
No, I would.
On this
not
side
him.
of the table, we will take bread. On that side of the table, we will take steamed broccoli. I think what's going to be really interesting about JJ, and I'm super optimistic about this.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm very optimistic about this. He's smart and he wants to do well. I think he will be very good at self-evaluation between now and the start of next season. What did I get right? More importantly, what did I get wrong? What did I learn? What can I do differently? How can I apply this? What did I get? What if I could do it again? Would I do this exactly the same way? Yes here, no here, no here. He is a smart guy that wants to be very good at this, and he will self-evaluate, I think, reasonably well.
But he could blow up. Bomani could be right. I mean,
he might blow up.
He could blow up because I haven't seen this sort of was it Ireland that compared JJ and McVay?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen McVay crack or get up and leave.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
But again, he runs hot. I'm not saying that everything, but he also, like Sean McVay, is a self-evaluator, wildly competitive, and intelligent. These are good traits in a head coach.
Very.
These are things that, hey, we got knocked out quick. And once the initial offense to the question of should you have leaned on your assistants a little more, once that, your feathers get up, like, what do you mean? And you actually now maybe he'll land on the conclusion, no, I did that right, but maybe he won't.
Right, but I would say that outside of wins and losses, that's the only thing that matters. If anything could derail him from being a championship coach, it would probably be that. It won't be some inner office scandal, I don't think. It won't be because he doesn't care enough about the game. I think he really loves it. If anything will derail him, it'll be something like that, snapping on the media.
Hot and Cold's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio
in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Ticket Thursday alert. Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, Billy Strings, and Sierra Hull. All live at the Hollywood Bowl for the Outlaw Music Festival on May 16th. Tickets are on sale now, but you can win yours right here. This Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA, we're hooking up listeners with 4 pairs of tickets to see these legendary artists take the stage. Tune in Thursday for your cue to call and win. The Outlaw Music Festival, May 16th. Willie, Dylan, Billy Strings, Sierra Hull. Presented by Live Nation. Don't miss it.
When you're hiring, Have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Looking for all things black and gold? Tap into LAFC Plus, hosted by Dave Denholm and Mario Ruiz.
This is LAFC Plus. He's Mario Ruiz. I'm Dave Denholm.
React to the latest match. Get ready for the upcoming game. Get exclusive interviews. Plus, a look around the rest of the MLS.
This is what LA is about. Not just being in the big games, but also winning.
New episodes of LAFC Plus drop weekly. Available everywhere you get your podcasts and on the ESPN LA app.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From mowers and trimmers to blowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it's the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
As you know, we've welcomed the new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen.
Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Hi, guys.
Aloha. Aloha.
What's up?
What's hot is El Jefe, not only because Travis is El Jefe to Jorge, but because
That's funny.
Greg Popovich was introduced as the president of basketball operations
Yeah.
with the Spurs today, as well as the Spurs head coach was announced. But at the announcement, Popovich walked out in like a jacket, like a retro style Spurs jacket, and then at the end of the press conference, he unzipped it and it said El Jefe because he's the boss now.
He
and
is.
it's Popovich is transitioning into a different role, and I'm sure it's something that's difficult to accept, one with aging and getting a new role.
Do me a favor, and the name is escaping me, the guy that was named the new head coach of the Spurs, because this could go one of two ways, right? That the most positive... Mitch Johnson, if he's very lucky, will be Eric Spoelstra.
Okay.
Where the very successful, very highly respected, championship-winning head coach decides, I'm moving upstairs, I'm going to go become an executive, I'm going to run this team from the president's office rather than on the sideline on the bench like Pat Riley is. And Pat Riley clearly believed in Eric Spoelstra, empowered Eric Spoelstra, and even when LeBron was not pleased with Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley's response was, I don't want to hear it, go back there, he's coaching the team.
Right.
And gave Spoelstra the room he needed to grow into the coach that he's become. The other problem is that one of the best who have ever done it is got an El Jefe t-shirt. He's looking over your shoulder like, I wouldn't have done it.
That's
like
another thing.
That's got to be for Mitch Johnson. It's like, man, you hope that this is a Pat Riley type of situation and not the former coach is still in the building and looking over everybody's shoulder.
You handle all the executives, handle the suits, keep them off my back. I'll coach the basketball team.
Yeah.
Make it easy for me.
And
that would be
the
fun.
The biggest asset in NBA currently with Victor Wembanyama. Whenever he is able to come
You
back
almost
to
can't
play
screw that
basketball.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
You could.
But,
yeah.
What if the call Mitch Johnson? What if Mitch Johnson, after game one night, it's from Pop, and he's like, hey, swing by early. I want to go over a couple of things from you.
You say yes.
I know you have to say yes, but that's not you're letting me coach my team. That is you are micromanaging my team from afar.
I mean, you let him talk, and then you do what you got to do.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's the good setup of this, which is the Riley one, and then there's the other one, which is, I don't know, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? Like, dude, you're going to have to let me find my own way with this.
You know, if you're a guy that wants to make your own way and put your own stamp on a team, then you wouldn't go that route. Because no matter what happens, it's going to be Pop that did it, even if he's not coaching, just like Riley.
And by the way, Mitch was the interim head coach when Doc was sick this year, and he went 31-45 this year with the team. But that also included Wembanyama getting
Missing
injured
time,
and not
yeah.
being able to be used.
My favorite Pop video is when Shaq was in Phoenix. And
I saw it
did you
last
see
night.
that? Did
I
you see
saw
that last
the
night?
Shaq hack 5 seconds
Shaq
into the game.
7 seconds in.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, the best part is that Shaq is looking around like he wants to
What?
murder somebody. Like, we're doing this 5 seconds into the game. I'm going to kill somebody.
Right.
And then Pop is doing like the little, like, he's looking around the corner and somebody's got a big smile on his face, thumbs up, and even Shaq broke. It was pretty great.
All right, what's cold is Sharon Moore. So he is the head coach at Michigan, and he is self-imposing a 2-game ban for his role at the Colorado Stallions and, you know, the ever-evolving repercussions of that cheating scandal. But his 2 games that he's missing are not exactly the most precious 2 games in football. So here's what. So Moore will be suspended for weeks 3 and 4.
Against?
I don't know. Makes sense that 1 and 2 would be the one you missed.
Against?
But, weeks 3 and 4, he will coach the Wolverines. So 1 and 2, why he's not missing those is the season opener.
Yeah.
Against New Mexico.
Not missing
and week
that.
2 is his alma mater, Oklahoma.
Definitely not missing that.
So, you know, they want him to be the coach for that. Moore will not be available to coach, practice, or games in week 3 against Central Michigan, and then in week 4 against Nebraska.
Okay.
At least
So he's
Nebraska
really
is a real team.
That's a tough one.
Getting his just desserts here.
I find these suspensions, and maybe you have the details. I don't know them off the top of my head, but these suspensions where he can be at practice, he can be in the meetings, he can do this, he
can't be at practice or games.
Oh, okay. That makes it a little bit better. But these guys are clearly invested in these things. But you're just saying for these 3 hours, you can't go stand over here? Okay. Against Central
It's
Michigan?
going to hurt
Okay.
some, your prep, but you should beat both teams anyway.
Yeah.
You can't miss the opener. You don't want to miss game 2. Who was game 2?
Game 2 is Oklahoma,
That's,
his alma mater.
You don't want to miss that one.
You could miss
3
it
and 4
if
is a
you're
good-
actually being punished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is self-imposed. Let me pick.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When it is a self-imposed punishment, what are we doing?
Who was the guy? It was it might have been it was one of those drug dealers that built his own prison.
Pablo Escobar.
He built his own
Yeah,
prison.
no, he did. He built his with his animals. He had like a zoo and an arcade and I think shooting gallery,
It's
like the
hey,
whole
look,
thing.
Travis, this is the closest we're going to get to putting him behind bars. This is fine.
Yeah.
This is the closest.
and the assumption that I can still run my empire from in here too.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the best we're going to get. 2 games is all we get. Let him pick. Yes.
Either punish him or don't. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to punish him, then it would be games 1 and 2 would make the most sense, and you can't be around. But we can do it like this too.
I forgot the scandal.
I don't care.
See, that's what I mean. I forgot the scandal.
The scandal of he decoded the hand signals and the this, that, or the other.
Oh,
okay.
That
okay.
It's also one of like the things where it's not the only team that's doing
Right.
that.
That's
sure.
that's why. I don't know.
Why videotape? If you want to know, they're standing right there.
Yeah.
Just look over.
Yeah. The thing that crossed the line for me with all that stuff is what the Astros did.
Yeah.
Where you have some sort of electronic
beeper.
device. Yeah, that was like, no, man.
That's cheating.
That's cheating. I can pick your signs because you're bad at hiding them.
That's your fault.
That's your fault.
Yes.
That I can pick your signs because they're not complicated. That's your fault.
Right.
I have used technology to implement a device, then that's
cheating. Yeah. Yes.
Who's Hot, Who's Cold is brought to you by NextGen, the official AC, heat, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXTGen, 833-3-NEXGEN, or visit nextgenaaronplumbing.com. I want to throw this in here really quickly. I was reading something this morning that Luka Doncic and the Lakers have some mutual decisions to make. Some of them are his, some of them are the team's, some of them they will make collectively. There are basically 3 different routes that he can go with his contract, right? One is he's eligible for an extension this summer in August. August 2nd is the date. And they could extend him through the 2030 season, and the price tag would be $228 million, okay? They could also wait until this season ends and then extend him through the end of the 30-31 season, so you get an additional season on top of that. And the price tag would be $296 million, so roughly $60 more million. Okay? There's also he could sign a 3-year extension when he becomes eligible for that, and then wait for that to expire, and then supermax it after that, which would take him through the 33 season at $524 million. Okay,
Hell no.
Here we go, right?
No.
So this is where it gets complicated. Do you do the short extension because you could wait to see what happens next, to see what sort of shape he gets in? Do you sign him up for the extension through the 30 season, which is the cheapest option, which he may not go for because it's up to him. It's a player option. That leaves it at $228, but it also leaves him the option to really hold you up for the $524 if it comes up, because those are wildly different numbers: $228, $296, and $524.
Yes, I think I'm going on the layaway plan with him.
I would.
Either way, he's making a bunch of money.
He's gonna look.
I need to protect myself.
But here's the rub, right?
As a team,
the rub is, if I wait, I run the risk of him maybe going somewhere else.
I think I'd take that chance.
I think I would
take that chance for that amount of money and a guy I'm not so sure about.
Are we still not so sure,
bro? Come on, We're still talking about him getting in shape at 25.
That's the scary part.
That is, yeah. I mean, how many other people have you said that about?
The most logical explanation as to why Luka Doncic is here is because Dallas didn't want to answer the question that we're asking right now. That they did not want to have to pay him that for fear of what was waiting for him in years, 10 and beyond in his NBA career, when he gets into his 30s, when all of that lack of conditioning.
Can I ask Travis Rogers a question?
Please.
If you had a chance for $500 million and all you had to do was be in shape and play well, wouldn't you be that by now?
I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course. I think everybody would. If you really wanted to be that guy.
Can I ask a different question?
Sure.
What if I told you you might get that anyway and you don't have to be in shape? What if I told you get half of that and you don't have to be in shape? And
I think that's what you're seeing.
You can just cruise along, and you here $500 million if you look like LeBron James. $300 million if you look exactly the way you do today.
I think that's where we're headed, and that's why I would take it 3 years at a time.
Yeah. That's where it gets complicated, right? If it's 0 or 500, everybody's choosing 500. But if it's a half a loaf,
I'd wait. Yeah, I'd make him earn it.
The dump, then a little super crosstalk coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Chafing. I can care less how you feel about chafing. If you don't know about chafing, chances are you're skinny. For us big fellas, it's rough out there, and especially if we like that active lifestyle. Chafing is a real deal. So let me tell you about this, about Highlands Chafing Relief. I always keep this stuff on deck. It has been a game changer for me. It goes on like a cream, and Travis said he used it today for his upper body. Had a hell of a workout, and he had some irritation there. He put some Highlands Chafing Relief on there, and it helped him. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. So, look, this ain't about being like, tough guy stuff. This is about doing what you love and keeping the ability to keep doing what you love. And chafing shouldn't stop you from doing anything. So look, you're not alone if you have some chafe. I'm right there with you. Highlands Chafing Relief soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. So whether you're running, riding, hiking, walking, or just dealing with the heat, Highlands Chafing Relief has your back and your thighs and your upper chest area, your arms. You get the idea. You shouldn't have to stop doing what you love just because of chafing. Trust me. Go grab Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference right now. Available today at Walmart and Target.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland. Next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Laura's a realist. Greg is a realist. Mason, Ireland, you guys are clowns.
Screw you, John. Rush.
Damn.
The Mason Ireland are
Raining on everybody.
Mason Ireland are clowns. That's going to be a drop for one time.
Why not? DeAndre, pull that.
Yeah.
Mason and Ireland.
Frank. The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash.
It's me, Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash. I see those dry elbows, baby. But don't worry, get moisturized right in the shower. So hydrated you can skip the lotion after.
Don't wanna see it dry no more. Skin so moisturized with body wash.
Look at you now, no more dry skin. Your skin gets the moisture it craves with
Olay Indulgent Moisture Body Wash.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-848-1331. That's 800-848-1331.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Are you ready for the NFL season? The schedule release is coming, and we know the best place to get your tickets this year. My friends at Vivid Seats. They're seriously legit, and you earn rewards on every purchase. That's basically free football games. When that schedule hits, don't wait around. For the best selection and all the great deals, head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in your game days now.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
All right, let's start with a couple of birthdays here. Happy 37th birthday to Adele. Adele turns 37 years old today.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you.
I thought for sure that this would be this one. Yes. It's funny. She's had a bunch of hits. She's incredibly successful, packs arenas, et cetera, and now every time a team that I care about loses,
you think of this song?
I think of this song. Like, it has nothing to do with her artistry or her vocals or anything. I just think, well, they lost. Okay, here comes Adele.
Wow.
Every single time.
37?
37.
Yeah, man. Talk about it. How do you do when she first popped onto the scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Took over the world.
Happy 44th birthday to, I don't know if we've talked about this show. I think, Jorge, you know this one. Danielle Fishel, who was Topanga from Boy Meets World, the TV show back in the day.
Who knows? You know?
I thought you were, is that not a fan of that?
I wasn't a Boy Meets World.
But I
thought somebody, was it Slee that was a big?
It might have been Slee.
Okay, yeah.
Nope. Yeah. All right. Al, you'll be happy to know that Danielle Fishel turns 44 today.
I would have reminded you, just like I did David Robert Joseph Beckham, you know?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So Danielle Fishel turns 44 today. Today in 1973, Secretariat won the Kentucky Derby in 1 minute 59.4 seconds, the first horse to break the 2-minute barrier in the Kentucky Derby way back in 1973.
Is that picture real? 31 lengths ahead?
Yes.
That's real. Yeah.
Yes.
That's an amazing shot. Yes.
Yes.
The horse.
Did you watch the Derby?
I did not watch the. Who won?
Sovereignty won.
What happened to journalism?
Second.
Oh,
Yes.
no way. Okay.
Sovereignty beats journalism. I knew
Always. Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was muddy. It was a muddy
It was
track.
a mutter? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Not my thing, horse racing, Kentucky Derby.
Nor is it mine.
Not my thing. Yeah.
However, I do enjoy a good Kentucky Derby party. I was telling you about some of the snacks that were available.
Oh.
There were specialty cocktails.
Tell them about the salmon.
So, okay, little piece of toast, right? Maybe the size, I don't know, about like that. Right.
Bigger
Like
than a silver dollar.
Just about that size.
Okay.
Just about that size. Very nice piece of smoked salmon on top of that. And then a little small dollop of egg salad on top of that. I must have had 30 of them. Couldn't stop eating them. It was amazing. And then I had old fashions and bourbon and wine and watched the horse racing. I had a great time. Thank you to the Wagners for hosting a lovely party. Thank you, guys.
I want to try that.
You want to? Yeah.
The salmon and the egg salad. I want to try
DeMarco.
that. I want to try that.
And cut them into bite-sized pieces too.
That sounds
Just,
good. What
just
about a big
game.
sandwich though? Just make a big sandwich out of it.
There. Oh yeah.
See, there you
but
go.
See, but yeah.
Why eat 35? Just make me a big sandwich.
I wanted like a sub. I wanted like a
there
foot
you go.
long.
Just make me a sandwich. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Today in 1978, Pete Rose recorded his 3,000th base hit. He, of course, would finish with an MLB best 42.56 in his NFL career. And if you ever forget that number, you did not need to worry about it, because if you were lucky enough to run into Pete Rose, he would have a sweatsuit with his face on it with the number 42.56 embroidered underneath it.
Oh my God! Why? Why did you have to be such a jerk? You're so good.
Yep.
You are. You know, it's funny. Like watching Pete Rose, his highlights as a player. He's phenomenal. He is.
He was. He was a great hitter.
I happened to watch that 30 for 30 OJ.
Which, the long, super long one?
I think it's 3
Made
or
in
4
America?
episodes. Yeah,
Oh,
that one.
yeah.
If you just watch his on-field stuff, God, he was good.
Yeah.
But he's an ass.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't separate the two things.
No, dang.
Pete used to hold court at a Sicily restaurant across the street from when I was working for Rome. We worked in the Valley in Sherman Oaks. And more often than not, when we would walk across the street to go have lunch, there was Pete, front and center, with a Pete Rose sweatsuit on, face 42.56 on. It's like, dude, we know you're Pete Rose.
Pete Rose.
Like, you don't need the picture of your face. You're Pete Rose.
What did he want?
People to go, hey, are you Pete Rose?
I mean, just out of baseball. What did you want baseball to do for you? Just absolve you? We forgive you
They
completely?
tried 10,000 different ways to let him back in, and he just wouldn't let him do it. It was today in 2000 that I'm going to take a stab in the dark to say this is on the list of DeMarco movies. Gladiator was released in 2000.
Love Gladiator. Absolutely. Big time. Yes.
25-year anniversary.
Yes. At my signal, unleash hell. I think every football player in the world said that.
Yeah.
From then until now. Absolutely. No doubt. I am Maximus Decimus
Can I ask
Meridius.
a question that you may really dislike me for asking it?
Shoot.
Is it a good movie?
Yes. It's
Is it?
fantastic. It's great. It is. It is.
Okay.
Russell Crowe was the guy.
Russell Crowe's a good actor.
Yes.
This is not a Russell Crowe criticism.
Russell Crowe, I forgot the guy that died. He played the
Jimon Hansu?
No, not him. He played the gladiator trainer.
Oh, Reed.
Oliver Reed.
Oliver Reed.
So
Okay.
Oliver Reed is this great actor, and they could not control him on set. And he and Russell Crowe did not get along.
Okay.
At all. So all this is showing up on the screen.
And
they're supposed to be friends. So
Okay.
it's just all this stuff. It's great. The fight scenes are awesome.
It's an exciting movie. I'll give you that. And it felt like I knew where it was going the entire time.
Well, and Joaquin Phoenix played a great villain.
He's a good creep.
Yes.
Like, he plays a good creep.
Yes.
Yeah,
he made you hate him.
Yes.
Yes.
He is very good at channeling strong creep energy.
So there's a dagger going into his neck, and he's being killed, and I'm cheering. Right. That's how you know the guy is a great actor. Right.
Is Gladiator on your Mount Rushmore?
No. Of action movies?
No, of your favorite movies. You talk about Gladiator a lot.
Not really.
I've heard you talk about
No,
Gladiator often, so that's why I'm bringing it up.
On my Mount Rushmore? No, it wouldn't. I mean, it'd be close.
What is on your Mount Rushmore?
The Godfather, Goodfellas, A Raisin in the Sun. There's a lot of them.
What's Raisin in the Sun? I don't know that one.
Sidney Poitier.
Okay.
Yeah. Sidney Poitier.
It's based off the novel.
The original In the Heat of the Night.
Oh.
He and Rod Steiger.
Okay.
I could watch that movie all day, every day, twice a day. Yeah, it's awesome. But it's close. Yeah.
What's yours, Emily?
So I'd probably do. The funny thing is that Letterboxd, the app I use, gives you your favorite 4. So I have Social Network, The Worst Person in the World, Parent Trap. I love the Parent Trap.
Yeah, you do.
And I have
Caddyshack?
the Florida Project.
See, mine might include Caddyshack.
The Florida
Mine
Project
definitely
and
includes Caddyshack.
Lady Bird. So those are mine.
See, might include
Yeah. Mine definitely includes Caddyshack.
Of course, another movie. No matter where it is, when you start it, you can sit there and watch.
Assuming it's not edited, because edited
The TV edit's
Caddyshack it's a different movie.
It
It's
is.
like there are scenes that aren't in the. It's
The
not a
Fugitive.
great choice.
The Fugitive might be up there.
Fugitive's fun.
Yeah.
Today was the last game played in the Boston Garden. The Celtics were eliminated by the playoffs by the Orlando Magic in 1995 before they moved into the building they're in now. That garden was a dump, but they won a lot of games.
I will
in that
never,
place.
ever root for the Celtics.
Super Crosstalk coming up next.
And Ireland.
Can you do a cartwheel, John, if you were pressed?
I used to be able to, but I haven't done it in so long.
I've not done a cartwheel in a really
you do
long
one?
time. I'm sure I can.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, Ma, you know how you've always wanted a Ford Mustang Mach-E? I got good news for you. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
We're giving away a Ford Mustang Mach-E. Earn entries now playing table games, and on the 31st, you could drive away in a Mustang.
Number 2.
Moms get a free carnation on Mother's Day.
And the number 1 reason.
Mom's Day sparkling wine brunch. A row buffet, bubbly, and a gift, all for a special price on Mother's Day.
Morongo, good times.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurants protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
So Emily asked an interesting question earlier today. DeMarco and I were both yes on this.
Okay, both yeses.
Yes.
Two yeses.
2 yeses.
Okay, let me see.
Can you climb a tree if you had to?
If I had to, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would be hard. It'd be difficult. It depends on where the lowest branch is.
That's the. Let's say it's where you have to fully extend your arms to grab it. You don't have to jump, but you can comfortably grasp the first.
I would
branch.
say, thank God I do pull-ups at work because
Okay.
I can. Or at
You
the
could hoist
gym.
yourself
You can
up there.
I could
Okay.
hoist myself up,
and then you're
I
up the
think.
tree like a bear.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like a bear. Like a bear.
Ireland, what about you? Could you climb a tree if you had to?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think so too.
You had to get up
so
there.
is everybody tree climbing?
Yeah, well,
man,
she
we
asked,
had to.
when was the last time either of you climbed a tree?
There hasn't been much call for it in my life, in my daily life. John, when's the last time you had
I
to
was probably
climb
16.
a tree?
Maybe
17?
no, I had to do it last year. I was stringing lights
Oh.
in my backyard,
Gotta
and
get
we
up
wanted
there.
to put them up. We have a tall tree, and I wanted to put them up in the tree, so I climbed the tree and strung the lights.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
We got a stick, like a long.
Oh, yeah, like a
extend
telescopic
to
thing?
be able to put lights way up at the top of the tree.
That seems like it would be frustrating.
It can be because they don't really stay. And
I don't wish to be inconvenienced
Well,
by
no,
climbing a tree.
This is one of those things that I could see Susan coming home with. Hey, I bought this thing that telescopes
telescopes
out that you could string the lights on that 20-foot tree out in the backyard.
Yep.
And I'd go out there and I'd spend 3 hours and not get it done.
Yeah.
And I'd still have to call the guy to come out and actually do it.
The top,
and now I have
the top branches are hard.
I have a telescope tree lighting
Or
thing
you
that
can do it
never gets
yourself.
used.
Juan laughed at me
Yeah,
when I got
there
it,
you go.
but we used it and it managed to work somehow.
All right. How's your weekend, John?
Good.
How was the Beach Life Festival?
Good.
Yeah.
Hung out with Cappy and Rachel, which is
Nice.
always a time.
Nice.
Yeah,
And-
lively and present. Did she?
Yep.
Lively and present.
I did not partake. Lisa did. They were more. What's the right word I'm looking for? They were more high and present than I was.
Yes.
Train was Shockingly good.
Were they really?
Like, surprised everybody. Well, Moynihan, the lead singer of Train, Pat Moynihan, used to be the lead singer of a Led Zeppelin cover band. So they came out, did a bunch of Zeppelin songs, had the whole crowd
Was
working.
this up in Slow?
No, it was at Redondo Beach, Beach Life.
Oh,
they,
okay.
They closed the beach, and they were. And so
When was this?
We were all there Friday night. Cappy and Rachel went back on Saturday.
I don't know if they did because they offered me tickets.
They did. He texted me and he goes, "We're staying one more day to go see Sugar Ray." They blew off. They blew off
day
their. No, they blew up their Kentucky Derby party to go to day 2.
Got it.
Lisa and I only went to day 1. Train was way better than advertised. Lenny Kravitz was good, but I think he was so stoned
Was
that
he really?
had trouble communicating.
That's
You
an
know what I mean?
interesting moment when the act you've come to see and the artist is
Stoned.
altered to a state
Yeah.
to where it affects their
His
performance.
musically, he was
Yeah.
fine, but when he had to speak, that did not go that
It's
well.
weird. I just read an article to that point about Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, and you know he has all the scarves tied to his neck.
Yeah.
So his daughter came out and said the reason is that there were little pill pockets all through those scarves. So when he needed a Quaalude or a Benzo, they were right there for him.
Right there in there?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Very convenient.
Better always prepared. What's the Boy
absolutely.
Scout motto? Be prepared. Or
Yeah.
whatever
All
it
the
is?
time.
Yeah,
You never
exactly.
know.
Yes.
Toxic twins. Oh, my God.
So partying with Cap and Rachel.
Yeah, so we hung with them on Friday night. Lisa eventually, the only problem with Beach Life is you're on your feet for the entire time you're there.
Right.
So we were on our feet. We got there at 5:30. At about 10 o'clock, Lisa's back started to, you know, because she plays 5 hours of tennis every day. And she goes, I think I either got to sit down or we got to get out of here. So we left at 10. They shut it down at 10:30.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, no, 10 is the right time to leave anyway.
Yeah.
And then we were able to actually get an Uber, which was good.
Oh, not a Whimo?
Emily took her first Waymo.
There you go.
Oh,
over the
there
weekend.
you go.
How'd it go, Em?
Yeah.
Em?
I'm still here.
Yeah,
you know,
you're a regular,
it's a
right?
cool experience.
I'm a regular
Yeah.
Waymo user. What do
Where
you
did
think?
you go? Where did you go to from?
From around like Silver Lake area to where I live in like Mid City, Culver City.
Okay.
So on the freeway at all or no?
No freeway.
Were you ever at any point scared for your safety?
No, I was pretty tired and ready to go home. It was my last one of the night. It was around like
Tired or tired?
tired.
Okay.
Was that
12:30.
airports or no?
What's the
I'm
difference
confused
between
now.
tired and
Tired.
tired?
Tired.
This one, tired is I had a long day.
Oh,
okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I felt safe, and I honestly at one point in time it felt normal, felt like an Uber ride.
Have you done it?
No.
You almost immediately
you?
forget there's no driver.
That's my
It's like
expectation.
It's a really cool novelty.
Yeah.
But in the end,
Do you just go back to staring at your phone
You
anyway?
go back to looking at your phone, and you don't have to worry about having a conversation or tipping the driver at the end of the day.
That's good.
That
Yeah.
you save money on tipping the driver.
Yeah, but there's no driver.
Correct.
Still
That's the
freak out
part
when I
that,
see
that
him.
would make it.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't.
still
Mace,
That's
have
what
you
makes it
taken a
cheaper.
Waymo on the freeway?
No, I have not.
Okay,
Would you?
Would you draw the line there, or would you have no issue?
No, I'd have no issue. They certainly, Waymo certainly drives better than me. You
Have-
know my driving
yes.
record. I'm a terrible driver.
Having a driverless car going 65 miles an hour on the 405 doesn't sound like the safest thing in the
And
world.
you're in the
to
back
me.
seat.
So one of the cars that we have has that feature that you
The
can
self-driving
the
feature?
self-driving feature.
I have it. I never use it.
I like it in traffic, oddly enough, because the car's not going very fast.
Right.
So when you're stuck in traffic
Yeah.
and it kind of does the thing, and even if it malfunctioned, it's going to be a little fender
Beep,
bender
beep, beep.
situation.
Right, right.
But when the cars are going 65 plus miles an hour,
I think I want to be in
no
control.
way.
Yeah.
See, I got that.
No way.
The one thing I use, this is so weird. I use cruise control when I'm coming to work. Does
Yeah.
everybody
Oh,
still
yeah,
have
yeah.
cruise control?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah,
So
I have it. I never use it.
Set it at 70, come up the 10, it'll slow up and
That's what.
Take your
Right.
feet
And
off
I
the
always
pedals.
I
Yeah.
always keep my foot above the brake.
Okay.
Just in the event that something but
It
I,
likes to break a little later than I do.
I find the opposite. I find it breaks
Too
too
soon?
early.
Way too soon.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
why you're a
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
driver.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying, well, you pull all the
And
way
it's
up.
abrupt.
And
It's abrupt, too.
It can be.
It
Yeah.
maintains more distance between cars than you would
Crazy.
necessarily.
I got
Yeah.
a quick Dodger one for you guys.
Okay.
Assuming the Dodgers get relatively healthy in their rotation by the time we're getting closer to the postseason,
Yes.
let's say beginning of August, middle of August.
Okay, so
And-
Tony Gonsolin would be out. Dustin May would be out.
maybe not.
Okay.
But Yamamoto is healthy.
Yeah.
Snell is healthy. Glasnow is as healthy as you could reasonably hope for, and
Sasaki.
Sasaki continues to develop and is healthy.
And
So those are your
getting better
four.
every
Those are
start.
your guys
for the postseason.
Do you even ask Ohtani to pitch at that point?
Yes.
You do.
Yeah, because he's such a great weapon to have. And like if you watch the World Baseball Classic a couple of years ago, when they brought him in at the end of the game, he basically closed the game.
He did.
So that's how I would use him. You don't necessarily have to start him, but I want him as an option as a closer if my bullpen catches on fire.
It's so weird, Trav, because if you look at the bullpen, they've got such great arms at the end of the bullpen. If you were going to use Ohtani and that's it, exactly who would you displace to make room for him on the trust tree?
Yeah, well, assuming Trinan's back, he's not going anywhere. Kopech's not going anywhere.
Evan Phillips,
Scott, Yates. There's a lot of guys there. But under your scenario, John, do you wait to deploy him as a closer until the postseason, or as you're getting warmer, you're starting him in September?
You're getting him innings. Like let's say after the All-Star break, you just get
as
him
a relief pitcher.
As you could, if you want to, you can start him. I want him to be warmed up and tracked by the end of the year. Then, by the way, there's always rainouts in October. If your pitching rotation gets burned and you need to throw him in as a starter, I just want to have it as an option.
The reason I ask is not that this is likely, but it's also more likely than him not pitching at all. Is if, let's say, middle of the season, July, August-ish, you start to reintroduce him to the team and you start to put him back out there. If he has a setback, there's a world that exists where the setback is significant enough that you lose his bat.
Correct.
That's the part that I'm trepidatious of.
He did the whole... He did
He's done it
an
before.
entire season after he had
one
Tommy
with the
John
Angels
as a
and
hitter.
one with the Dodgers, right? Last year he's coming off
I
surgery.
don't see what scenario you lose him as a hitter. What would have to happen?
Well, let's say that scenario that we're talking about, that the injury is a little more severe, that whatever it is that had happened,
shoulder.
It could be a shoulder thing that prevents him from swinging a bat. And I know he's a right-handed
Has
pitcher.
that ever happened?
Not so far.
Yeah, that wouldn't worry
The
me.
one thing I'll say is if you go back and you look at the way he pitched coming off of surgery the last time with the Angels, he started 3 games, got lit up all 3, and they said they shut him down as a pitcher.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't know, and I think long term as a pitcher it makes total sense. I don't know short term he's going to come back as crisp and as solid as they need him to be for the postseason.
I just keep thinking, because you brought it up, Ireland, the amount of pitchers they have now, the Gonsolins, the Mays, take Sasaki probably even falls into this bucket too. Usually a couple of your starters move into the bullpen once you get into the postseason, and some of those bullpen guys don't make the roster.
Kershaw could be one of them.
Oh, I think I'd be stunned if Clayton Kershaw pitched in the playoffs.
Is not at all on the roster for the postseason?
I'd be shocked. What role does he fill?
Well, what if he comes back and he deals?
If no one else is healthy, sure.
Right.
But if they're fully loaded, he is not one of their 4 best options.
I want to point out that Brian Cohen laughed when I said, "What if Clayton Kershaw deals?"
You heard that?
Brian's like,
he will deal. Don't
He
worry.
will deal.
Yeah.
He will deal.
I like
Look at you.
That is
I like
some
Brian's
optimism right
attitude.
there.
I
Yeah.
was not bringing that.
Yeah, I would be so careful with him.
Kershaw?
No, Ohtani.
Me too.
I just
unbelievably
it
cautious.
feels like his life as a two-way guy has an expiration date, and it's sooner than later.
Yeah, but it's not. It hasn't passed.
It hasn't passed.
It hasn't passed yet.
You sniffing it? You open it in the fridge and
what? Oh.
see if it's
exactly.
gone bad yet.
It's gone bad.
We're not quite there.
I don't know. I never follow the expiration dates in the fridge.
Oh, what?
Like,
Did you guys
Oh,
see,
my God.
see this Rob Blake out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting
we heard
word
that
on
might
Jim
be
Hiller.
possible.
Wait,
that
you don't
that's a
follow
possibility.
the dates in your fridge?
Nah.
You eat
On
expired
anything?
food?
I don't know. The mustard is from 78.
Okay, mustard's fine.
Milk, yogurt.
Milk and yogurt.
Yeah.
Although yogurt is already spoiled.
I
Is it
understand.
not? Yogurt starts spoiled.
Sour
it's
cream.
spoiled milk. Sour cream is spoiled
I know
milk.
it is.
I think it goes
Then
for
why
a
is
while.
that date on there?
What about if it's 2 days past the date, but it smells good to you?
Nope.
Yeah.
I am a clear
See,
line of delineation.
I don't even look at the dates. My mom will occasionally, when she's at the house, she'll say,
Expired.
The
this
first
ketchup is from 91. Stuff like that.
Expired.
I have no explanation as to why that doesn't bother me, but the milk 1 day past the date is going in the
Right
garbage.
there with you.
Well, the milk 1 day past.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, you
Because
can't
there's
drink
nothing
milk
worse
1
than
day
drinking
past the
spoiled
date.
milk.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing worse on this planet than
It
drinking
ruins
spoiled
your whole
milk.
day.
It really
You
does.
can't recover
Yes.
from
It
it.
does.
Super Crosstalk is over.
Yeah.
You guys are